If you guys want to talk about this,
So,
so I think it's going to be a pretty hot
so
topic today.
they don't want the girls being cute or nothing like that.
Not in uniform. Okay, so it's getting and right now what's happening is that a lot of people are thinking that they're getting attacked. Like melanated people feel like this is all of these regulations and stuff like that that's coming down range for people. They feel like this is something that there's a lot of people that just don't feel like they kind of feel like it's targeting minority people. So I want to know what you guys' thought process is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winning Podcast. I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm your host. I served in the Marine Corps from 1996 to 2016. And guys, this space right here is going to be talking about all of the regulation changes for the military. Like, they're cracking down. First it was beards, and then now it's baby hair. So I want to know what you guys think. The panel is open.
Hey, did you stay in the Marines the whole time, or you went to the Army then back to the Marine?
I stayed in the Marine Corps the whole time.
Why you didn't go to the Army yet?
I would never go into the Army, dog. Why would I want to be last? I want to be first. You know what I'm saying? I want to be first.
You can do that. You can do that. You could have did that if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. But I like being a Marine, man. Okay, so now, did you serve in the Army?
I can't give out information over.
Come on, Mike.
I can't talk to like 20. I can't talk into 20 years.
Okay, all right. So the real. Welcome to the panel. What do you think about the topic?
Hi, Anthony. How are you? Good to see you again. So when you said they baby hairs, are you talking about their own natural hair or those wigs that they put on and make baby hair?
All of it. What they did is the Navy just banned all baby hairs. Basically, if you got baby hairs, the little hair that's coming down. Now, the first thing that they did is Peter Hegseth put out an administrative order basically banning beards across the board. So today what we're talking about is the Navy, the basically like the little hairs on the side of the head, right, that come down, and it's like little swirls and stuff like that, whether it's wigs or anything. The Navy just targeted those. And then right now there's some controversy going on in the U.S. Navy because they feel like it's targeting black girls. Black and
Well,
brown girls.
I think so because white women can't get baby hairs. You know that, right? But I'm thinking they talking about with the wigs that women wear and they make those big old circles. But some women can't help but to wear baby hairs because their hair is natural, and sometimes you have to gel it down and swoop it to make it a part of your hairstyle.
Okay.
Now I can see with the wigs. Now those wigs that look a hot mess to me when they wear those wigs and they make the baby hairs and it be all big and all this with them flapping their lashes. But if it's natural, if it's natural, then that's a different thing. So did they say the reason why they banned the baby hairs? I mean, what happened for them to say I'm banning baby hairs?
No, it just says that it looks, the appearance, so they're just cracking down on it. All branches of service are pretty much cracking down, and then the latest and greatest is the baby hairs. But right now there's a lot of melanated people that are upset about this, right? So they're looking at it like it's a big issue.
A lot of women don't even have edges anymore.
Well, so, you know what? So
the real military's coming back, okay?
Tell them, Ray.
This little Candyland stuff is no longer existent, okay?
Talking, but yeah.
The real military is coming back.
I got you, Ray. Welcome to the panel. Hold on, I'm gonna come right back to you. New York Foxy, what do you think?
Let me say this. While there may be some women that's true, they don't have edges, so it's not really baby hair. They're creating baby hair. And as a veteran, the
Here we
issues
are
that I
talking about
have,
baby hair. Wow.
Ray, again, right. Sir, do not be rude.
I'm out.
Well, we glad you out, bro. Don't do us any. You know what's crazy when people come up here, man? It's like they're doing us a favor. When I had almost 2,000 people on my panel, Man, come on, man. Like, if you guys are gonna come up here, one thing that we're not gonna do is that we're not gonna ruin the listening experience, because these topics, we're not just gonna talk about that, guys. Let me tell you the battle rhythm of the room, and let me do a quick room reset, and then I'm gonna come back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winning Podcast, where we talk about real estate, military topics, and news. Today's topic is baby hairs. The other day I had a really big live, and it was almost 2,000 people in there. We were talking about beards. We had some big creators come in. And today we're talking about the most updated changes, and that's going to be the U.S. Navy changes on baby hairs. And today's topic essentially is that, do you guys think that it's targeting a specific demographic of people with all of these new changes, with them changing back military bases? And then also, what do you guys think about the updated grooming standards for females? I'm curious to know. Tim, welcome to the panel, and back to you. Who was that was just talking?
It was me, sir. And why?
Okay, go ahead.
So let me say this. It is targeting them, because we are the group that does it's a whole trending thing. However, I can say this. There's a difference between natural baby hairs and combing out hair to make baby hairs. That's a totally different thing. And we, to some degree, we are always being overly doing things that bring attention to ourselves, and we have fashion, right? However, what they really need to be worried about is making that hat fit over their head, regardless of what the hairstyle is. That's what they need to be worried about, okay? Even when I served, and you were allowed to have certain hair, people would get braids, and you get the hat that fits. Do that at the minimum. If you want to pay for the hair, pay for the hat too. It only was like $30. I mean,
can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and jump in.
As someone, I have a lot of different hats, and sometimes we get a hairstyle. The day we wake up to put it on, that hat doesn't fit properly.
Then you should have you should have prepared better. That is still your responsibility, and you still was out of uniform. Your hat should have been worn appropriately. That's what the standard is. Then don't get the hairstyle if you don't know what it is.
Can I still fight?
Schedule your hair appointment in time for you to get to the PX to get a hat. Any one of those 3 or 5 things.
Okay. All right, New York. We see where you stand at. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. This is going to be a hot topic, ladies and gentlemen, guys. If you guys are enjoying the conversation, tap that screen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am live on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Christian Mingles. Okay. So for those of you who want to hook up, no, I'm joking. Yeah. I'm joking. Yeah. But right now, hold on. Tap the screen. Tap that screen, guys. Get the shares up. Right now, at the bottom, I see an arrow pointing right with an 8 on it. Can I get 20 more shares right now, guys? And then also take your little fingers right now. Tap that screen to get some more people in here, because I want to know what you guys' thought process of it is. Because right now, remember, this is the listening experience. And then I want all of you guys to jump in the panel. Fill my panel up. Because what that's going to do is going to curate the algorithm. So if you got a comment, thank you for the shares, the real estate guru. I appreciate you. But right now, hit that hit that tap that screen. Get some military people in here, because I want to know what you guys think about all of these changes. Okay, and then the battle rhythm, so you guys know how we're going to be talking about how the panel is going to be run. It's going to be organized. Keep your plane short to Southwest Airlines, not to Alaska Airlines. That means don't be running on. Make sure you respect the people. And then the way that I run my panels is that if you talk over people twice, you get dropped down until you can have some decorum. No cursing. Okay. No racist comments. I just want a curated conversation, and it can get hot like Tapatio. Okay, but let's at least keep it respectful. Okay. All right. So I see New York, you wanted to speak, and then Tim, welcome to the panel.
Oh, no, sir. I was just going to... there is a standard. Again, the baby hairs is targeting. However, we have to understand that the standard has been there, and everyone at some time in their career has pushed it a little bit, right? Like, I've gone on leave, and I've come back with my nails maybe slightly longer than a little inch, right? However, the standard in the standard is the standard. Whether it's AR 670-1, the Navy stamp, whatever standard is, it exists. Read it, know it, follow it. Period. Until you are in a position where you can sit on where you come in contact with somebody, your body does not belong to you. You serve the military. Honor the contract, follow the standard, and keep it pushing.
Okay, all right. Tell them, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. So any rebuttal to that? I heard you were in the U.S. Navy, U.S. Marines, the U.S. Army. Which one? Miss Foxy, Foxy, which one were you in?
I served the Army.
Okay, you served in the Army. Are you still active or are you out?
No, I've been out. I've been out for several years.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you for your service, sister.
Thank you.
And then I want to know what your opinion is. The real, I know that you had something to say, and then we're going to go to Tim.
Well, what do you think about, to give context to your panel, of putting a picture in your background of a woman with baby hairs? Because people would think like baby hairs, well.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain it. You know, I'm not gonna change the. I don't do any of this. My media staff does all of this stuff for me, and I just get on here and open it up. I don't even know how to change my background, but they know what I'm talking about. And Misfit, welcome to the panel. Thank you for coming in, guys. I'm telling y'all right now, this is gonna be a big military room. I want to know what you think, Misfit. We're gonna go to Tim. Tim, what's your thought process on it? And then we're gonna go to Misfit.
Usually, yes. When I talk about the hair regulation in beer, I am in the Army, was enlisted, now I'm an officer. I do not talk about it from the Army perspective because the regulation, when you look at it and read it, a lot of it tell you commander intent at the end, depend on what the commander want. And then some of it, I don't know who make that regulation, do target a certain group. But as someone who's been doing hair 13 plus years, who've been in this industry, baby hair is just fashion when it comes with the wigs. With your natural hair, it's actually damaging our hairline because those gel have alcohol probably in it that's just drying their hair. So the Army is doing them a favor with this, where they can let their hair grow, let it breathe, not adding extra product. When I talk to my soldiers about their hair being out of regulation, ask them. Now, if you were in the civilian world, there was regulation, you go to work, what would your supervisor say? Would you get away with that? Because it is a profession. The Army is just like every job. You wake up, you go to work, there's the handbook, here's the regulation, you cannot wear this stuff, you cannot wear this jewelry, so forth. Now, would you wear that to your civilian job? If you were, I know some active duty do not have experience with civilian job, and some do. And the same with reserve. Like I am in the reserve. Also, when I do ADOS, I be on active duty base and everything. And that's how I talk to my soldier when it comes to hair regulation. Not, hey, this is out of regulation. If you go to your civilian job, what would they say? Is this allowed? Yes or no? Because you're representing yourself and that job you work for. How you want them to see you? Now, do you want someone to be bugging you, constantly nagging at you? Or do you want to come in and do your job and go home in peace with no headache, no one knowing you? So I don't talk to him from being the officer or private service. I talk to him from being in the profession, knowing. And same thing with the hair color. It's like, oh, this is out of regulation. But it is a natural hair color. Depending on our skin tone, it looks different on us.
Okay, all right, man. Man, we about to have a hot panel, guys, because right now I got some. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's about to get heated up in here. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winning Podcast. I'm Anthony Glenn, U.S. Marine, 1996 to 2016. All right, guys, listen to me right now. Some regulations have came down. We already talked about the grooming standard. This is going to be a big live right now. Thank you guys for coming up. Sapper, Bull, Misfit, Tim. Make sure you keep it respectful, keep it short, guys. We're going to be talking about the new regulations in the Navy with the baby hairs. If you guys don't know about the baby hairs is basically those little hairs, a swirl of hairs when you wear your uniform that's on the side of your head, okay? And right now, I wanted to put two different races of females because I didn't want to just target, but a lot of African American ladies are feeling like they're getting targeted in regard to their hair. Also, there's a lot of minority men and minorities talking about the beard regulations as well. So right now we're at 2,000 people. There's 187 people across all social media platforms. I am on YouTube, guys, so if you guys want to come back and listen to the replay, I will give you guys a link so you guys can hit that link so you can go back to the replay. And take your fingers right now and do me a favor, guys. Tap the hell out of that screen. Tap it. I want y'all to count to 20, tap the screen. What that does is it curates the algorithm to let us know that we have a hot military trending topic. So I appreciate that. And down at the bottom, you'll see an arrow pointing right. My goal is to get 1,000 shares. The last live that we had was hot, guys. We had 3,000 people coming to that live, and we have approximately 1,000 people on the live. So let's see if we can hit that goal by you guys sharing. Sharing is caring. And let's go over the Misfit. What you got? What do you think about the new Navy regulation?
So a lot of the new regulations, they're really frustrating me because the military as a whole has a lot bigger fish to fry, in my opinion. You got these guys living in these rundown barracks. You got that earlier this year, I believe it was, the Army had all that money that went in the general fund for money that was coming out of soldiers' pockets. Supposed to be going to the chow hall. Where'd it go? We don't know. General fund. You know, so like it really frustrates me that they're focusing on trivial things like the beard. It takes more discipline to keep a good, nice beard, to me, in my opinion, than to keep a shaved face. I've had a beard. I was in the Marines for 5 years. I got out. I was in law enforcement for 5 years. I'm back in the Army now. So I've seen both sides, and the Army is kind of weird for me. There's a culture thing going on here that I don't quite understand.
Explain that to us. I'm curious to know what you mean by that.
It's so weird. So you and Barry, I know y'all can attest to this. You know, the standard is the standard in the Marines. You follow it. If you don't like it, you can go to another branch.
Okay.
In the Army, it's just it's trying to discipline these kids. It's so weird. It's so like.
Can I help him?
I don't know how to put it into words.
I want you to listen, guys. Check this out. I want you to be as candid as possible. We don't care. Look, this panel right here. We don't care about hurt feelings. We want you to talk from the gut. Say it like a Marine, Devil Dog. What do you think? Tell them what you think.
Well, I'm trying to say it without cussing because I heard your rules.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I don't know. Some of these kids, they need tough love.
Okay.
And some of these commands ain't with that.
I'm with. Oh, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes. You know, so essentially, what you're saying is that the leadership is afraid to hold people accountable. And
I feel like it.
Yes, and you know what? When right before I got out of the Marine Corps, it was starting to get that way. But I was, I had ended up getting out. But one thing that I could do is like, listen, check this out. When I was in the military, okay, I could tell a service member, go fix your stuff and then don't come back until it's fixed. I made a Marine shave right there on the spot. Go get their razor, put shaving cream on and shave their face. Now, do I believe, now looking back on that, hindsight 2020, was that the right way? Was that the right type of leadership? Absolutely not. But here's the problem that I'm seeing right now. Okay. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Mm-hmm. So now, if you correct a young soldier, sailor, airman, Toasty, or anybody else, people would get upset. Okay. So, and I want to know what you guys' thought process is. What do you think?
So to add to that, let me say this. While he does have a point, the issue is consistency of the leadership. So for example, now we all know what the PT stud is, correct?
Of course.
We understand that. All right. So now that we understand the PT stud, rules for thee, but not for me. So if the PT stud might have had something, the one that might not be as high on the PT ranking, we gonna find everything wrong with him all day, every day. So if you're going to have a standard, stick to the standard 1,000%. Don't make it and change it for the top 1% that can run a mile in 8.25 seconds. or 8 minutes and 25, 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Don't change the rules. The rules are the rules, and keep them legit across the board. That bike can Would you agree with that? In 8.25 seconds, or
are you guys getting an echo?
8 minutes and 25 seconds.
Hold on,
Don't
just a
change
second.
the rules. The rules are the rules, and keep them legit across the board.
Y'all hear that? What's going on?
Agree with that?
I think I think that might be TikTok.
Are you guys getting an echo? Oh man, my live is getting big. Hold on just a second. Is that better? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay. All right. So guys, I don't know what happened. That was crazy. All right. So I want you guys to come up and have this conversation with me, because I'm thinking that, I see a couple of people that's coming up in the live. And guys, we're almost at 100. Guys, tap that screen. Get me up to 6,000 likes. And then, guys, also what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be also talking about some of the things that you guys could, some military topics. And then we're going to be networking with military people as well, so you guys get to introduce yourself. What branch of service are you guys representing? Can y'all put y'all's branch of service in the chat so I can give you guys a shout out? And then Sapper, welcome to the panel. What do you think about the new Navy regulations on baby hairs? And you can hang out as long as you want, Misfit. If you want to drop down, or stick around, I got you.
All right. So, so the Navy, I've never been in the Navy, but I was in the Army, right? But I also know from history, and I was married to a Navy woman. My first wife, she was in the Navy. Their standards have always been a little lax when they're in garrison, but when they're on the ship, it's a total different situation for safety. When it comes to women hair and women hairstyle, when I was in the Army, I normally follow 670-1. The standards are the standards, right? When it comes to 670-1. And 670-1 is very clear.
Let me on the live.
670-1 is very clear as to the standards. There's some leeway, and it's very clear. It talks about the standard, the natural hairstyle, how it should be based on your ethnic background, right? There are exceptions to policies, ALARACs, that comes out that supplements it over time. That basically they are in alignment with 670-1, but the Army does give you a little bit of leeway with today's hairstyle, etc. The problem that we have is that you have soldiers, airmen, marine, and Coast Guardsmen, and whatever, all four branches, they're human beings, and they're going to stretch that limit. Mm-hmm. They're going to push that limit. And if the leadership does not rein that in and they allow it to go on, now it snowballs to where it is. See, now it snowballs to where it is. Now everybody think it is normal. It is common, and it's not. There is rules and there's regulations. You got to follow the rules and regulations. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marine Corps have these standards for a reason. Uniformity, military bearing, military standards. It is. You're not in the civilian world where you can go to work and go to the club, go to work the way that you dress in the club. No.
But Sapper, here's the thing though.
Right.
Okay, so here's what the census is saying though. They're saying that the military has bigger fish to fry, and then they're also saying that it's targeting for African American women. So if they have, let me give you an example. Okay, a white tee. For those of you who don't know, I have to speak like this specifically because I have to be careful of how I communicate. But let's just say that that 4-inch or the bun that they have to put in their head. If a sister with either locks or someone who has to braid their hair, right? Because the texture of the hair, it's going to be it's hard to stay within regulations. So now they're eliminating the baby hairs, and that is something that statistically focuses on African American women. Not saying that it disproportionately affects African American women, right? So even if the ladies are wearing the little wigs and they have those, you know what I'm talking about? They look like eyelashes on the side of the head, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say about that though? Okay. I think that's the biggest. It's not about, staying within regulations. It's essentially saying, put a 1 in the chat if you guys believe that it's disproportionately affecting black women. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's not. I want to know what you guys think.
So, in my honest opinion, I have a daughter, and she wears the baby hair on her. She purposely make those designs on her head, right? When she gets up in the morning. Yes, everybody has baby hairs. Even when you get older, as your hair grow out, it's finer. It's baby hair. The issue is that they're purposely making these designs in their hair, which is faddish. And 670-1 specifically talks about faddish hairstyles. They're not talking about the braids. They're talking about faddish hairstyles. Now, yes, the armed forces do have bigger fish to fry. Yes, they do. Right? There are other issues, but we cannot compare peaches and oranges. We have to, one, when it comes to uniformity and standards, right? That is the armed forces. That's their prerogative. When it comes to issues with the barracks and funding and stuff like that, that is a totally different issue that needs to be addressed.
I'm with you, Sapper, but I'm with you, but I want you, do you believe that we're going to go popcorn style here in a minute, Tim? But let me jump to Steve. Steve, what do you think? Welcome to the panel.
I mean, there's only so much I'm honestly gonna say about it, because do I feel like it should be allowed? Yes. Because it's really not harming anybody. Yes, there is bigger fish to fry. There's bigger priorities than worrying about baby hairs. I'm just being so for real. We got people out here staying in black moldy barracks, but worried about baby hairs and beards? No.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna far into it.
But Steve, the reason why I'm asking you this question, are you currently on active duty? I see you in uniform.
Yeah, I'm currently at active duty Marine.
Okay. All right. We got a devil dog up in the house. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, please tap that screen. Let's tap the screen right now. Let me do a quick room reset. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Anthony Glenn. Okay, we're basically talking about the baby hairs and the new grooming standards across the U.S. military. We talked about beards, and we're specifically focusing on the Navy changes in regard to baby hairs. Okay, the Navy just came out with a Army regulation essentially banning baby hairs, and baby hairs are basically like those little swirls on the side of the head. Okay, I would have a picture up here, but I want to make sure that we keep it even. Right, I don't want to just talk about I want to talk about all races. Right, I don't want to if I put baby hairs up, I didn't want the people to come in here and feel like I'm targeting the sisters, because I wanted to have a balanced conversation. But basically, a lot of people are saying this is adversely affecting the African American women in the U.S. Navy. Okay, so right now I'm asking you guys to tap that screen, get me up to 10,000 likes. We're almost there. Then guys, down at the bottom, you'll see an arrow pointing to the right. The battle rhythm is make sure you keep your plane short. Okay, so we can pass the panel around. We will have back and forth. We will utilize some decorum. It's Sunday. All right, hopefully y'all got your prayer on. And then down at the bottom, you'll see your arrow pointing right with a 79. My goal is to get to 200 shares. So please, everybody that's in this panel, hit that right arrow, okay, and share this live right now. We currently got 368 people across all social media platforms, 60 people on TikTok. let's try to get up to 500 people in TikTok by sharing, guys. So what do you think? The panel is open. Let's go to Prodigy, and then we're going to go to Nature. I think that's her name. Prod, KB?
Naturally.
So
Okay, naturally. I couldn't see your whole name. Sorry. Go ahead, Prod.
honestly, my take is I definitely think that, African Americans are being targeted in the military, and this is someone who was an NCO for almost 7 years, active duty. I definitely believe that the baby hair thing is out of line. How is it affecting the force? It's not affecting anybody. I agree with the beard thing last week, because people ruin, the permanent profiles, the religious exemptions. Now everybody and their mom wanted to get, permanent profiles. So that kind of made a bad look, right? But the baby hair thing is kind of, out of pocket, in my opinion.
Oh, that's good. And are you you're currently on active duty right now? Or are you out?
Oh no, I'm out.
Okay, well, thank you for your service. Built by the Master Guns. Master Guns, come on up here, man. We want to hear your talk. Your talk. Definitely, we want to hear senior leadership. And guys, if you're here, please tap that screen, guys. Keep tapping. We're at 80. Can I get 20 more shares so we could curate this algorithm and get everything going? We want to get some military creators in here, and then also we're going to be giving some nuggets. Okay, we're going to be also talking about military nuggets that you guys could utilize. And then I'm going to talk about the HUD VASH program. And then we're also going to be talking about a skill bridge program that the military is offering. So not only are we going to be talking about hot military topics, we're also going to be sharing information that you guys need to know. There was some Montgomery GI Bill changes. We're going to highlight that as well. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to curate a space to where it's not just debate or seeing who went to combat and all of that other stuff, or a trauma dump place. We want to give information and share information with those who have served or those who support the military on some of the things that are available to us. Okay, so thank you for that share. Naturally, I'm sorry. What do you think? What branch did you represent? And then what's up, Chicken Nugget? My son's here. What's up, buddy? Good morning. Naturally, what do you think?
Okay. I didn't represent a branch. I actually work more in security, but I do understand because I work in two different security places, and we are also told to wear our hair a certain way. And I feel like as BLK women, we are more targeted because I had been called to the office at two different jobs about my hair personally. And basically on one I was stated to wear my hair more. He actually called out a YT woman that was in the workplace and asked me to be more plain Jane like the YT woman in the workplace. So it's
that's
that's bad. That's interesting. Yeah, that's bad.
very hard for us. So that's why, personally, that's my hair in the picture. My hair is like a fro and big and natural, and it's hard for us to get it in a bun. So I tried my best, but us as natural women, yes, we have to wear possibly the wigs or something to actually get our hair the way it's supposed to be in the workplace, unless we straighten it and cause heat damage to our hair and everything like that. So I've been targeted in workplace where it's been security, and we have strict ways to, basically how we're supposed to wear our hair, and that still wasn't enough. And I've worked at multiple workplaces and been called to the office about my hair. So it does target us.
Oh, naturally, I'm gonna say something, man. Let me say something. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If I was a lady, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jack. If somebody would have said something about my hair, they have a lawsuit. Jack.
Also been a different workplace where I've been called a pickaninny. And so yes, it is hard for us when it comes to our hair, especially in the workplace.
Whoa, that right there is going a little bit too far. That's going.
Wow.
That's going a little too far there. And they still standing. They still walking. They still got teeth.
Well,
Yes,
let
I
me ask
mean,
you a
I
question
did
though.
protocol. Basically, I went to the higher up and explained to them how I felt like I was being targeted and everything. I mean, I still handled it professionally because I was in a workplace. I didn't get out of order. I explained to them
But
because I
hold
didn't know
on.
if they thought
But
my hair was.
Hold on, Sapper. Let her get it out. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, I didn't know if they thought that wasn't my hair, and I added to it, and I explained to them that that was all of my hair, and it wasn't like an add-on. So therefore, I couldn't do anything like about it. And I did go, to a higher up to explain how I felt like I was being targeted.
What did they do in that space? Like after you documented that, did you take it to did you have an HR department, and then what was the response to that?
I did go to HR. I'm not sure what was the response they had with that actual person. I took it to HR and let them know that I was being targeted. So how they chose to handle that person, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Did you tell them that they call you a pickaninny?
Yes, I informed them. That was actually at a different workplace. So it's been like 3 different workplaces or whatever because I actually always kind of been natural. So before it even became a trend, I've always been natural. So it's happened to me multiple times. Like I said, at like 3 different workplaces, but 2 of them were security. So that's why I was like, I'm not part of a branch, but I was in security. And we have strict protocols for our hair as well. But I was called to the office twice at different security branches where they told me things about my hair.
Well, let me say this real quick, and then I'm gonna open up the panel, guys. What we're gonna ask what you guys think about this. Down at the bottom, guys, hit that button, guys. We're almost. Can I get 15 more shares, guys? I want to curate this space. Give me 15 more shares, please. We're at 84. Let's get it to 100. Okay. Now, listen. I'm gonna say this real quick, man. Don't touch nobody's hair,
Bruh.
okay? Don't be telling people, oh, your hair look, like, gosh, y'all can't be doing that, man. Y'all trying to catch a case. Y'all can't be doing that type of stuff, man. Don't touch people's hair. Don't ask about the hair. Stay away from the hair. That's something that is off limits, but in the military, though, I want to save my opinion for, later. But who else wants to jump in? It's popcorn style right now.
I wanna ask Steve. Steve, 1 second. One
Okay,
second.
Safford, then we're gonna come to Foxy.
Hey, Steve. Okay, so you brought something out, and I'm very, very concerned about it because this is the second time I've heard this about mold in the barracks. Okay, that is something that is very, 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 very important that needs to be addressed. Have you've gone to the chain of command about it?
That's not what we're talking about, Sapper. I want to stay on the topic.
Yeah, I know. I just want to jump because that's important because that you're talking about soldiers' lives here,
Yeah,
right? Airmen's lives.
I'm tracking.
Right? Right. I'm not going to stay on long. I just want to ask him a quick question
We're just
because I'm going to
talking.
go. Listen, I'm a part of the VFW, and we are advocating for stuff like this where soldiers are complaining, and we are here doing some of the fighting too. So I want to know: have you gone to your chain of command? Did you talk to medical? Did they send anybody to inspect the
We already
barracks?
got it taken care of, man. We already got it taken care of. On the topic of, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No,
And then, guys, the panel is open. Okay, I'm in the chats. Naturally, thank you, Naturally Unique. We appreciate you for pulling up. And guys, the panel is open. Please raise your hand and jump into the topic. Okay, we're talking about the Navy grooming standards. Okay, let's go over to Foxy. What say you? What you got?
Okay, so if you know how to switch the mirrors, I wanted to show you something, right? Like, you know how we say demonstrate or post? Here we go. See, there's a difference from this,
Okay.
right? When you're drawing stuff and doing all of this, and then there's a difference with this.
Oh,
Your natural.
Shout
You
out.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Lou for the galaxy. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Okay.
And the point of what I'm saying is that if you got to, I actually had to take hair from my hairline to do this. That's not baby hair. You're creating the illusion that you've got baby hair.
Let me put you.
There's a difference.
Okay.
See that?
Okay. All right. Yep. All right.
That is
Juanita.
Versus, right? This is my natural hairline. Have it. To create it, that's what makes it a trend. And that's what makes that's the whole difference in it. It is what it is. And we take they go so far with it that doggone it, some of them be having it halfway. Nothing to it.
Okay.
And as such, if a person has to come up with a policy to actually address it, that should tell you that they have gone too far. Now, whether or not it targets them, I agree. But if you're the person, then that's an issue. Think about, sometimes you have to look in the mirror and have accountability about yourself, about the things that you do. And I land my plane with that.
Can I say something?
Yes, the panel is open.
In the regulations, it said you should not have a part in your hair except for the natural fall. Since I joined in basic training in 2015, you're not allowed to have a part. To this day, every other ethnic group has a part in their hair, but nothing, no regulation has come out to said then to fix that. So why the
No,
baby?
no, 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 no.
Targeting us.
No.
Because I don't wear baby hair, but if you look at the point,
you can't interrupt, bro. If I have to tell you again, I'm gonna drop you down, bro. Please don't interrupt.
All right, brother.
Okay.
If you look at the point,
Stay up here, but just don't interrupt.
the baby hair is ridiculous. I agree with you, but African American has been a target. If the other ethnic group can do something, they're gonna do something they wanna do. So if they call them out, you don't call the other group out, because as an officer now, like when I was enlisted, yeah, I go straight to my soldier. As an officer, I have to go to my NCOs. And sometimes with knowing how to do hair, having experience, I do pull the soldiers aside and explain. But then they think you're targeting them. It's a job. Well, she has a part in her hair. Why don't you say something? When you tell something to her, she get an attitude and start complaining and start rumor thinking you have something against her. But the regulation says, if you read it, you're not supposed to have a part and it's still on there. So why don't they come out of something like that, a regulation for them?
Oh man, that's an interesting question. You know, like ultimately, that's an interesting topic.
Hey, host, can I address 670-1 hairstyles here for a second, please? 670-1, right? Chapter 3-2. It states that if parts are authorized, if it's natural in your hair. If you do not have a natural part in your hair, you are authorized to cut one part in your hair. 670-1 says that it's always been a thing. It is a thing. I've pulled up the updated 670-1, and it is so. It is authorized.
I was outside of Detroit, there in Warren, talking to folks.
The U.S. Navy basically says that baby hairs are not authorized. The new update. So that's what we're talking about, right? So you know, and guys, I want to know what you guys think. Raise your hand, come up and get on the stage. Okay, I want to know what your thought process is. Hold on, Navy, I got you. I'm gonna come back to you. I want some other people. I see Spree that requested up. I want to know what your thought process is on the new regulation. What do you say? Welcome to the panel.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
I'm gonna say one of the reasons why I retired, but one of the reasons why I was pushing to get retired out for medical, I couldn't shave, so I couldn't do anything related to painting. I was Navy, did 13 years, but I carried this regulation around in my pocket that y'all keep speaking on, because it used to say clipped or shaved clipped or shaved forward to Av when it said about the part, and I was a Navy barber. So I knew the regulations, you know what I'm saying? I was what is considered to be a RS now. I was an SH. So I knew the regulations and I knew about width and bulk, and a lot of people didn't really understand it. So me challenging the regulation made a lot of people feel uncomfortable because it said you could cut it in your hair. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? When I seen that it was a lot of guys that could comb over their hair and put the part in their head, it was okay for them. But for the guys that cut it like a Mike Tyson slash, but long as it was forward to Av, it wasn't against policy. But anybody that they seen that did have those parts in their head that weren't for the Av or were for the Av, they would always say something to them.
And
So
what time? When were you? When were you in the?
I was there from 2010 to 2013, well, 2023.
Okay, 2010, 20. Okay, so I got out in 2016, and
Right.
this is an interesting conversation. You know, I think that ultimately, man, here's what I'm gonna say. You know, if your hair is eccentric, man, you know, man. Why are we even? I don't even know why we're talking about this stuff. But ultimately, I kind of feel like the reason why the Navy is cracking. Listen, I'm gonna tell. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. I believe that the military is doing it to itself. Okay, that's what I believe. I believe the military is doing it. The military is doing it to themselves, right? So, the reason why they have to. The reason why we have to do this stuff is because of this. I kind of feel like I just kind of feel like the reason why they got to come out with these regulations is because people are abusing the standard. Now, Shane, come up, man. Shane, what you doing in the listening lounge? You know you're a moderator. Come up here. I'm trying to get Shane up here so he can speak.
Let me say this to you. I think that these are actual tactics because some people may not want us here anymore. You have to look at the whole there's a larger picture at play.
What?
Larger picture.
Why do you say that?
Sir, come on, let's not play games. Look,
are you on you're still on active duty, or you tell
No.
me? Okay, but
so listen. There's a difference when you are a person that is a soldier and then you can see the art of war being enacted on other people.
What advice would you give them seeking to? All right, I'm listening.
You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So when there's being a soldier and being a veteran and you are us comes with a status. Okay? When you have that status, things can't be you have to work harder to take that status away. So if I don't allow you to be that, or I take that status from you, I can continue to push you further back and relegate back to where I think you belong.
Oh, that's interesting. Man, that is an interesting take. Okay, so
No, I'm talking. Listen, if you listen, when you talk about everything that has been going on, when we talk about the dismantle of the Department of Education and all of these different things.
We're not gonna go politics though. We're gonna stay off politics. We're specifically.
Okay, I'll just say this: all of it's a systematic ploy to do a specific thing.
Okay, all right, sister. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. But, ladies and gentlemen, guys, if you guys are enjoying the conversation, tap that screen. I got Shane Official in the building, man. I got Shane Official that's officially in the building. Welcome to the panel, brother. What say you on the topic? Baby hairs in the Navy. Do you think it's targeting? What is your thought process on it? And what branch of service, brother, so the people that don't know you get to know who you are.
I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. I got out 2 years ago. I was in during the shaving policy before the one we just changed from. And I actually went through the laser hair removal process, and I did the 12 sessions to be able to re-enlist, to be able to get promoted, to be able to go to my next duty station. So I went through that process way, way back when. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, it's not really much you can do about it. Every administration that changes, you just have to think about when you're voting, which administration you would be in favor to want to change it or be against it,
That's interesting, man. And I see Stack Pack that's in the listening lounge, man. Come up, brother. I'm gonna get you. I want you to come in here. Come on up. Now, here's what I'm thinking, man. Like, and I see Sapper. I'm gonna tuck you down in the listening lounge, brother. You're welcome to come back up, but I want to rotate the panel. Okay, and then I want some ladies to come up because I hear a lot of men talking, guys. But guys, we got 75 people in here right now. So tap that screen, get the shares up, past 100. Okay, take your fingers and tap that screen. That's going to curate the algorithm. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to tap in the chat is because what that does is it lets other military people, it's going to push us up to the For You page. And if you're in the listening lounge and you're not on the panel, you speaking is going to help you get more followers and stuff like that if you're trying to grow your social media page. And shout out to my brother Stack Pack that's in the listening lounge. Come on up if you want to join. But Shane, man, tell us about that laser hair removal. Was it painful? And then, I mean, what do you think about it, now that you're out? Real, thank you for
me
tapping.
personally, yeah, somebody's tapping. Yeah. So if someone's overweight, they have to go through a BCP program, right? And if they can't shake the weight from all the exercise and workout programs, they get separated failure to adapt, things like that, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For a beard, for me having ingrown hairs, I had to go through 11 painful sessions of laser removal on my face, and my beard would never go the same again. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The level of extreme that someone has to go to, and this is the only thing that goes to that level of extreme before they say, hey, we're going to process you out.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Well, here's what's strange to me, man. I kind of feel like, look, I never did the laser hair removal. I used to get bumps underneath my neck, but then I changed my my facial treatment, and then I started shaving down. I could not shave up, or with an electric razor, I used to have to shave down with the baby face, and that helped me out a lot. But I did get those painful ingrown hairs to where I had to pluck the hair out of my neck and stuff like that. And I think, ultimately, it's not a fun experience. I'm just keeping it real. It's not something that you would want to go through. But ultimately, I do believe. Here's what I think, guys.
Hold on. Can I touch on what you just said though?
Yeah, I want to piggyback on.
Yeah. Well, when you say how you shave, this is the one thing I hate that African Americans in the military have been doing on the internet. Speaking about how you shave. Yes, you and I both are African Americans, but our DNA makeup is totally different. Our hair follicles grow differently. Even though we might have the same type of hair follicle, our skin texture is different. The hair is going to grow differently on your face than it will on mine because I am not a part of your DNA makeup or your bloodline. We just have the same skin tone. And I learned that from a doctor.
That's interesting, man. So that is very, very interesting. And I ultimately think, and shout out to Stack Pack, I'm going to come to you next. And then ladies, I want some ladies to come up here. If you served in the military and you're a lady, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you're a female and you served in the military, put a 1 in the chat. I want to know, because I want you guys, I want to hear from the ladies. I hear a lot of men talking about it, but I also want to have a balanced panel. I see Foxy is in here holding it down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ali, come on up. Come to the panel.
I have a...
Anthony, can I get your response to that?
Which part?
To what I said. To what I said.
Which
Damn,
part?
Shane, which one?
About the hair growing, about like all black people, our hair don't grow the same. Like far as like our DNA, like, cause that's like saying like just because we're all black, we're all athletic. We know black people that aren't athletic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like saying because we're all black, we have fast metabolism. We know black people that don't have fast metabolism. So saying that my hair follicle grows the same as yours is completely incorrect.
I would agree with that. I agree with that 100% because, you know, some people have fine hair, some people have rough faces. And then usually the folliculitis is basically when the hair, for those of you who don't know about this, I'll just explain it. It's when the hair curls underneath your skin and then it creates a very painful bump. And sometimes messing around with it, there's a lot of African-American people that keloid on their face from shaving as well. So, and then sometimes it'll get infected and stuff like that. And then you could actually have permanent scars from those bumps, right? So there's a lot of stuff that goes along with that. And he's absolutely right. Everybody's hair is not the same.
And so what you just said was exactly what I had. I had a staph infection grow on my face from shaving. I have a scar, probably maybe like an inch on my jaw, and it poke, like you can see it poke out from shaving, right? So that's the one, and that was from boot camp. I never shaved in my life before, so I grew ingrown hair in my face that caused me to get staph infection because they had to do surgery on it. Basically, I thought it was my wisdom tooth. When you get your wisdom tooth in boot camp, everybody knows if you got wisdom teeth and you in the Navy, they pull your wisdom teeth. So I thought it was my wisdom tooth, but really it's from shaving. And then I grew a staph infection on my face from shaving. But what I want to say is, it's kind of odd that the retention rate, they don't, well, I know, well, he a Marine, so it's a little different for the Navy. They don't put you out anymore for being overweight and failing your BCAs and you can't pass the weight. They don't put you out no more. You do your contract now. But they're putting you out for not being able to shave or your baby hairs. The regulation related to something that you really can't change. You can change your weight. You can't change how your hair grows.
I have a genuine question to ask everybody.
Yeah, and then
what does it hurt? My bad. I'm sorry.
And then I'm gonna go to let me get Stack Pack to introduce himself. What up, Stack Pack, bro? Welcome to the panel. If you guys don't know him, let me tell y'all who he is. Stack Pack, I met off Clubhouse, guys. If you guys are trying to get your your admin stuff popping in regard to helping you grow on social media, he managed my accounts for some time, and he helped me get my Instagram popping. So shout out to Stack Pack, and then he also does some other creative things. Make sure you give him a follow. I think he has like 3 million followers on Instagram. He's an influencer. So he's not that big over here yet, but I'm telling y'all, if you look him up, if you look up Stack Pack and stuff like that, he's a very, very big brand ambassador and influencer. Stack Pack, you want to let the people know who you are and what you do, bro?
Yeah, I appreciate you, Anthony. You know, I always got to come pull up on you, but it's always great energy. If you guys are supporting Tony, make sure you do that 10 times, 100 times more. It's going to come back to you. But I just came to show you some love, bro. I don't need an introduction because when you on your purpose, you always going to find things on purpose. So I'm good, brother. I always come, just to show you some love, pour into you. All you guys are in here just spitting, a bunch of black, strong individuals, right? And it's just what we want to see. I want to see more of this. I'm going to come chime into the lives a little bit more, but I'm on my journey with cryptocurrency, podcasting, growing people's social media and helping them get to the next level right now. So I'm just taking, a seat back. I'm still making music. I'm still doing my thing, but I'm coming to support my brother Anthony and, just support you guys. If anybody ever needs my help, you guys can always reach out to me. I'm here. And Anthony, keep doing it, man. Winning in real estate for life, right? I'm coming down to California to come visit you very soon. So that's why I actually called you this morning, because I'm gonna come visit Anthony and we're gonna get some content, man. You know what we do? We get content, we enjoy life, and we show other people that it's possible through real estate or passive income or cryptocurrency or whatever you guys are interested in. So Anthony, always appreciate you, brother. Always love, and keep doing your thing, man. Let's go.
I appreciate you, man. And then he's very humble, Shane. I want you guys to connect because both of y'all are big influencers. Stack Pack, I think, what 2 or 3 million on Instagram. You've been verified for like
2.2, yeah. I was verified before you could pay for the badge. I know you guys can pay for the badge now, but I got a legacy badge. I had to hustle for it. I had to grind for it. It was given to me right at like the first time I visited Hollywood and I walked on the runway. I had got a badge after that.
Yeah, guys. So he does some pretty big stuff. He's done some stuff with Rick Ross and a couple of other big brands. So he's definitely an influential person that you want to know. Check out his Instagram and stuff like that. But he's being humble, guys. I'm telling y'all, this guy is huge, bigger than you think. Okay, so just because, and this is one thing that I like about TikTok that's different from all of the other social audio apps, is that You never know who you might meet, man. You never know who you might meet. I do some pretty big stuff also, but ultimately I like bringing people together so we can all communicate together, and just show.
Anthony, one more thing too. I want them to know, like, when I met you, you were already doing your thing. Like, when I met Anthony, it was only motivation for me to keep doing my thing. When you see another strong, powerful individual on their journey, you guys want to champion that and clap for that. Because guess what? Your blessings are in the neighborhood. So when I clap for Anthony, I got blessings. They came through. You always want to be inspired from the next person that's doing great things. So yeah, Anthony, we both always been doing great things, but we always been people that can champion each other and not have any malice, any weird envious energy, because we know that we are both getting to the next level and we can help each other do the same thing. So you guys always want to champion people when they do great things. So keep doing it, Anthony. You already know.
Oh, for sure, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. And then, guys, let me do a quick room reset. Welcome to the Winning Podcast. I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm your host. 20 years, United States Marine Corps, 1996 to 2016. I'm currently a real estate broker, owner in Southern California. I'm from Atlanta by way of, I live in California by way of ATL. Shout it. So for those of you who know about Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I am from the A. Okay. And today we're talking about the baby hair changes in the Navy. And then for those of you that are here, I appreciate you guys for keeping the panel balanced. Guys, I'm almost at 100. Can y'all share the live right now, guys? Because we're gonna turn up. And then I see Tim on the panel. Tim, did you have something to say? And then we're gonna go back to popcorn style. Who has something they want to say about the topic?
I think Stevie was about to speak.
Yeah, Stevie, go ahead, jump in. Stevie.
Well, I was gonna ask just a general question. Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I was gonna simply ask, what does it really hurt for somebody having a baby hair? Is there a bigger issue, as in, because the argument with the beards was it didn't properly seal, that's been debunked for years, and it doesn't look professional. When it comes to baby hairs, what fault does that really cause? Nothing. So why is it hit you now?
Okay, I got Foxy.
That's what I personally feel like.
I got Foxy that wants to jump on that. Foxy,
all right, go ahead.
What do you say?
Well, again, it's like I said, you're right. It is not an issue. Like when we talk about an issue, let's just say problem versus issue. Okay, problem does it have some effect with uniformity, decorum, with regards to appearance? Issue, double hockey sticks, no. Okay, it's not an issue, right? Does it present a little problem? Yeah, but again, if I don't want you here, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm trying to make your life uncomfortable so you don't want to be here. That's it. Either you make the choice to comply with what the regulations say, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to make you uncomfortable, or you bounce. It's one of the two. You're being given a choice. You are. But all I'm doing is creating the narrative so you can be uncomfortable, because I don't want you here anyway.
That's a very interesting take. Okay. All right. So basically what you're saying is that, okay. All right.
Bruh.
Man.
The regs.
Hey, can we turn up in here, guys? Listen, can we turn up in here, man? Put a 1 in the chat if we can turn up, man, because I'm about to turn up. I'm about to turn up. Listen to me, man.
Listen, the regs are the regs.
People, here's the deal. Do you believe? Shay, why you do that, man? Why? Listen, man. Okay. Woosa. Listen, man. Let me just say something, man. Okay? I'm just going to keep it real. Okay? Military people, when you sign on the dotted line, let me give you a fun fact. Nobody cares about your feelings. Nobody cares about your feelings. It does not matter. If you sign up for the United States military and you're not within regulations, F your feelings. Nobody cares. Cry me a river. It does not matter. Now, if you don't listen, check this out. If you don't like it, whatever the regulation is, you can control alt delete yourself out of the U.S. military. We don't have a choice. If you're serving in the United States military, listen closely to me, guys, okay? It doesn't matter how you feel. It does not matter. You will get put out if you're not following rules and regulations. And right now, the military is getting out of control with basic military standards. I did not want to shave my face. I did not want to shave the hair off my ears when I was a Marine Corps drill instructor. I did not want to shave my head bald when I was a United States Marine Corps drill instructor. But guess what they said? What they did is they failed us, anybody who had hair. They failed us. They failed us. Uniform inspection, fail. Okay? They didn't even tell us to cut our hair. But guess what? That next day, after 60% of the people with hair had that hair, the United States Marine, every single Marine Corps person that wanted to be on the drill field had a bald head the very next day. Okay? So, hey, unfortunately, F your feelings. And guys, guess what, guys?
Okay, hold up.
Go ahead, Shane.
Can't you say F my feelings and don't give me a chance to respond?
Go ahead, Shane.
You brought the wrong person up here to talk about this conversation. I stayed off the internet with this topic. You brought me up here. Remember that. Yeah. And you know I got a response to I'm well educated in this, brother. Okay. You know that.
All right.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Did thousands of African Americans get robbed of their GI Bill when the GI Bill was first created during like the World War II times and things like that?
Yes, my father was one.
Okay. Do you agree that the GI Bill helped a lot of Caucasian males who are now successful entrepreneurs and running big corporations and some billionaires? It created the structure of the American economy.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Shane,
do you know that a bill was introduced? Do you know a bill was introduced in 2023 to get those payments and those finances and those resources back to all those, either the surviving spouse, or the children of those veterans? It was introduced in 2023. And do you know that bill never went anywhere? But yet, here we are 2 years later, we're focused on beards. So that's my real issue, is like, I don't want to take it there, but since you said, oh, this is the military, this is the regulation, brother, we are still being oppressed to this day by the military system that failed us a long time ago, because we don't need reparations. We need that back payment for them GI Bills for family members who served in those wars, brother. And I covered it during the month of February, where they made it to where a lot of African Americans were held under stricter rules, so they didn't get the GI Bill. And the University of North Carolina even did a research study and came and proved that those African Americans was wrongfully taken of their GI Bill. I know Marines that are serving right now who are officers, who parents served, and they get nothing.
But let me ask you a question, though. All right? With all of that, are baby hairs illegal?
Yes,
are they illegal? Hey, all of that stuff. Listen, man, we can go back. Listen,
Anthony,
hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, New York. Hold on. Look, man, at the end of the day, okay, I can let me tell you how I think, okay? I understand all of that. You know, we got to fight and we got to do all of this stuff. I get it. Listen, I'm with you. That is not, here's what I'm saying. If you have a beard in 2025, okay, the beard is coming off, okay? If you want to stay in the armed forces and you want to stay in, hey, fight on. If you want to stay in, hey, it is what it is. If you feel some type of way about the baby hairs, I didn't want to run a first class PFT. Okay? It's up to the discretion of the commander. I'm not talking about, listen, man, I am thoroughly immersed in my Black history. Okay? Carter G. Woodson, okay, founder of Black History Month, all of that good stuff. I'm a Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I'm also a free and accepted Mason. Okay, I'm very thoroughly immersed on my African American history, but I also know if you understand the system and it's rigged a certain way, you also can move around the system to get what you benefit for. So I don't want to make this. I want to make sure we focus on this thing. I know it adverse. We already know that there's rules and regulations. Look, sisters have hips. Okay, so guess what? The regulation doesn't. It's very difficult for them to acquiesce to that system. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to have the hard conversations because I'm with you with everything she said, Shane. But guess what? Nobody cares. If you guys, Shane, if you're in the military, hold on. If you're in the military, guess what? Baby hairs in the Navy are coming off. I don't care what you think about how you feel about it. I'm just telling y'all. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Well, this is a one-way conversation. If you're saying you don't care,
Shane,
it's not really a one-way conversation because I get why he's saying he don't care. It's only hold on. I know you're gonna go off New York. I'm gonna be brief. So it's just like I'm gonna tell y'all now. I don't really like the baby hairs in the uniform. It kind of look crazy because some people over exaggerate it. And I'm just being honest. Some people over exaggerated because they did allow it for a long time, and some people just over exaggerated where it didn't even look like their hair. It didn't even look like baby hair. It looked like just hair. It didn't look like baby hair. It's like you just had a long wig on. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, it's just like we want them to change so many policies, which is their standards. Like, I don't want to see any Navy SEALs that can't handle their own just because of policies.
Shane, this picture you sent me is funny.
I don't want them to move the goalpost because we want people to feel like they can get in there. No, I want the people that's qualified to get in there. So the ones that can actually do their job, I want them to do their job. And it's just like being a nuclear person saying, hey, look, nukes only need to score a 75 on the ASVAB. No, I don't want nobody down there. I don't want nobody down there in the 60s and the 30s be able to qualify to be a nuke because y'all want equality in their job. No, we don't. We want the people that's qualified for it. So for me being a military personnel that could not shave, I also knew that I had to shave at some times. When I needed to get a reevaluation, I needed to shave so they could see that I had a problem. But if they're saying if you can't shave at all, you still can get disability to get on out. If you don't want to do your 20 years in a day, don't do your 20 years. Get your 4 years in, you still get a GI Bill, you still can get disability, and so many things you still granted to or allotted to. And then you need to know your state, what your state apply to. If you can go to college for free for just being a military personnel. I'm from Alabama, so they let us go to college for free just because I'm a military personnel. So you need to do your research. You don't have to stay the whole time if you don't want to comply with policies. That's going to be more deterrent on you, but just do your job and get there. More people, let's say, I ain't gonna say, don't too many people join for the benefit of maybe losing your life being part of the military. More people join the military for the benefits of what you can have once you get out or while you're in. So if you can't do what they need you to do while you're in, that's just like going to get a job that offers you a 401k and you're not qualified for that job, you're going to get fired. Good thing about military, you can't get fired.
You can get fired, but they call it chapter out.
You can't get technically fired unless you do something that regulates fire. But if you show up on time and do your job, you can't get fired.
There you go.
Even if you're not qualified, you can't get fired.
That's right, true. Let me say this. Listen, I'm agreeing with you. Like, first of all, I mean, I don't give a flippity flying floopity flip. I don't care. I'm not in. I ain't got no dog in the fight. All I'm saying is, first of all, if you are so attached to style, and that is so part of your personality, where right, and you don't understand that you are in the military, then it really is time for you. You shouldn't be there. You should not be there. Nobody cares. We don't like. So we don't care. They don't care. We don't.
Hey, I just want to make it clear. I was standing for beards, not baby hairs.
That's right.
I gotta agree with what she's saying.
I'm worried about Barry.
I knew you went for the baby hairs. I knew you was more so speaking on the beards. I could tell how you talk because I really don't think nobody really like how people over exaggerate them baby hairs. I don't care if you're middle, in between, black, white, colorblind. People don't like them baby hairs. I don't even like them.
Nah, I don't like them either, but I ain't gonna cap.
Wait. Ladies, hold on, man. Let me play something.
He said, I don't like the things either.
Okay. Don't do it. Listen, I just want to say something to y'all. In the U.S. Navy, the standards that y'all have anyway. Y'all uniform look like an ice cream man. You know what I'm saying? You know, like it's not like are you guys in the military or not? I mean, now
listen.
I'm just asking. I'm curious to know, Navy, if you are out there, okay, 900 baby hairs, okay, and underneath the wig look like a dirty tennis ball. I just want to let y'all know, man. Listen, man. Let me quit playing, man.
I done seen people that got baby hairs with no edges. They got baby hairs with no edges. How you got baby hairs and you ain't got no edges?
No.
Like, that don't even make sense.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Hold on, Tim wants to say something.
Tim, go ahead, jump in.
Like you said, the baby hair, I do not care about it. But for the beard, as someone who's educated in it, it's a medical issue. Just imagine just soldiers out in the field, they shave the night before. Now the pores is open. They're out crawling. Everything's riding on their face. So for those soldiers, it is an issue that cannot shave. Because you have two types of hair. You have vellus hair and you have terminal hair. So vellus hair is the hair that is in your arm. It's really nice and soft. Terminal hair is the hair that's on your face, your leg. Some soldier, when there's a proper way to shave, like Shane had said, not everyone know how to shave. Not all of us have the same type of hair. So when that soldier's pores is open, something get on there, they have an infection, that can affect the whole face. We need people to be able to fight. Now, if they have a medical reason, they cannot fight. So who's going to be fighting? Because I want to be able, I'm still in, I care. I want to be able to get my soldiers down range and back. So if they can shoot that weapon, I can bring them home in life, not in a casket. I do not care.
Tim, what branch of service you said you're in?
Army.
Army, okay. And then what unit, like what section are you in?
Right now I'm a PL, quartermaster.
What is that?
Logistic. PL is a platoon leader, if that's what you're asking.
We know y'all damn Army people don't be damn. She said logistics, man. Y'all don't be going to no damn car. Y'all don't be going
Don't say that. You need to.
She said I want to get those soldiers down range, man. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, I'm not out there, but my soldiers are out there, so I don't care about my soldiers.
Come on, man.
You got to get them to that child line. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's crazy. Child line is crazy.
Gotta get them beans, bullets, and band-aids, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you right now.
We here for it, y'all. We having a little fun. Guys, hold on just a second. Guys, if you guys are enjoying the conversation, put a 1 in the chat. I want to give a special shout out to all of the winners that's on the panel today. Shane, I appreciate you pulling up. He's a very influential guy, good friend of mine. Okay, guys, tap that screen down at the bottom. Make sure, listen to me. When you guys stay long enough, we're going to be giving some nuggets that we're going to be teaching some military stuff too. So when you come in our panel, we're going to have a balanced conversation, guys. And then also we had a big VA loan masterclass yesterday. We had 872 people sign up for that. So put a 3 in the chat if you guys want to get into the Facebook group. Okay, so you guys can get notifications of when we do those, because we're going to be covering grants for kids, grants for military kids. And then also we're going to be talking about the Skill Bridge program for those of you who are active duty that want to get out of the military and get into a specific thing. I have a Skill Bridge program. So if you are across the United States and you're active duty and you're looking to get into real estate or real estate investing, and you want to be on that 6 months time to where you transition out of the military, we'll do that. And then also, guys, if you're in Southern California, August 6th, we're doing a backpack drive at my office. We're giving away 600 backpacks to military families, okay, through my nonprofit Veteran Homeowners Club. Okay, so we do a lot of stuff for military people. I'm a real estate broker by trade. Okay, and then I teach about business. So for those of you who are interested in that type of stuff, I talk to you guys about how to hire your kids in a corporation. I also have gotten military grants and things of that nature. So we're going to be sharing those things with you guys. And if you are a military person and you're a networker and you want me to highlight your business, we will give a small business shout out. So put a 2 in the chat if you are a military spouse, a veteran, or you have a small business that you want to shout out. We will allow you to get up here and network with other military like-minded people. Okay, so if you guys want to do that, let us know, because we're not just, here's the deal, guys. If you're going to be on here, one thing that I do not like, man, I do not like the trauma dumping on the military spaces. oh my God, I got PTSD and I'm going to, I can't, I'm tired of that. Like, I feel like there's a time and a place for that, but I also know that there's a lot of people that are, I'm gonna share something with you, and this might be controversial in nature to you guys, but I want you to hear this, okay? If you are around people that always are talking about 22, unaliving, and PTSD and how bad it is, that energy is, you're gonna absorb that. You carry that with you. So when you're in panels like that, you have to be very conscious of your energy, because that's absorbing the positivity from you. So then you feel sorry, you feel bad, you feel sad, and then now you are an extension of what that person talks about. I'm not telling you guys not to do that, but for me, as a U.S. Marine combat veteran, okay, multiple combat tours, I want to be the uplift versus the darkness, right? Because you never know behind that camera what somebody is going through. So at the very least, I like to share good information, have fun, have creative conversation, thought-provoking conversations on changes and things of that nature. And if you guys want to be a part of that, I just want to say everybody put the word thank you in the chat. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you military people and military supporters for showing up in the panel. And I'm thankful for all of the people that come here. I appreciate you guys, because, guys, people think veterans are not smart. People think veterans are, people think that we're a cop out because we joined the military. And, there's some very intellectual, very creative people that have served in the armed forces. And I feel like this, I am on an intimate mission to make 100 millionaires in the next 2 years. So if you're interested in learning what I'm doing with real estate and building businesses and things of that nature, you guys can look me up. I am a public figure. I've helped over veterans achieve over $1.2 billion in real estate assets. Okay, so I teach about that stuff. And then ultimately, I want you guys to be, if you're doing something, or if you have a job, if you're a GS, or if you served in the community, and you know that your company is hiring veterans and you're getting promoted, I want you guys to start sharing this stuff. So I'm going to open up the panel right now. Does anybody have a hot chicken nugget that they would want to talk about? Okay, right now on the panel, or share something about a job or a grant or something that's out there for military people, so people can bring awareness to this. Anybody? Okay, I see that bald head over there, man. Who is that bald-headed guy, man? New York, you cheating on me, man? I thought you cheating on me, man. No, I'm joking.
Whoa.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. Where you guys checking in from?
We in Arkansas, but also Army veteran.
Okay, all right, hold on. All right, man. So, Army, man, it's good to be second place, man. It's all good, man. The Marines are in the building.
Y'all the ones with the lowest ASVAB scores, though.
Not true. Hey, it is. Hold on, I'm going to Google this. I'm going to Google Shane. Do you believe that?
Yeah, that's false.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the panel.
I'm going to say
guys.
Army.
Welcome to the panel, guys. This is a military channel. If you guys are patriotic guys, and you guys feel like America is still number one, okay, I want you guys to tap the hell out of that screen. Guys, it's Sunday. I appreciate you guys for pulling up on the panel. Welcome to the Winning Podcast. I'm Anthony. I'm your host, United States Marine Corps, retired, 20 years, the United States Marine Corps, the world's finest fighting force in the planet. And then a lot of these guys have joined the Veteran Wealth Formula, guys. Yesterday, we had 872 people in my VA Loan Masterclass. We learned about a bunch of VA benefits, guys. And we're going to get that energy up, man. Okay, so I just want to say, man, listen, man. Every person that supports the military, we love you guys. We want you guys to win. Thank you guys for coming in. Listen to me, okay? At the end of the day, all right, America is still number one. Regardless of the baby hairs and the beards, guys, we still number one, guys. So you guys should feel good to know that nobody wants to mess with us, because, guys, hey, we're coming to a theater near you, man. All right? So welcome to the panel, guys.
You said you wanted somebody to land like a chicken nugget.
What's up?
All right,
Spree, go
all
ahead.
right. So look, I'm not sure if everybody ain't familiar with that. I didn't know this because they didn't speak about it while I was on my way out. We call it TAPS or GPS when you're on your way out. if you get disability, this is for the veterans, not for active duty service members, but just for the vets. If you get a percentage of disability, if it's anything higher than 10, look at what state you live in and see what other benefits that apply to. Like I said, me being from Alabama, you are allotted X amount of dollars to go to college for free, or your children could inherit that point to go to school for free. So I would say look at what state you in and see what that being a disabled veteran allots you. Look it up. You know what I mean? And it's state to state. Everybody policies are different. And I think probably if you're from Texas, you probably got the best. Texas and Florida probably got the best benefits to me, I think, for veterans. So look up the state. If you get disability, don't just get your check. Go get some more money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And
not lying. You're not lying. Because from what I heard, if you in Texas and you got X amount of percentage, you get a big hookup on your property taxes.
Yes.
And me being in New York State, I take a civil service test, right? Regular veteran, you get 5 points. Disabled veteran, you get 10 points. 10 points on these civil service exams out here move you thousands of names on the list.
Okay. And then also, I'm going to give you guys a quick nugget real quick. All you have to do is have, if you are a 100% disabled veteran, okay, you can also, what's up? I see one of my buddies down in the listening lounge, Ledesma, man, come on up. Okay, so I see a couple of people. Now, if you are a 100% disabled veteran, take that information down to the actual DMV, and then the DMV will give you a discount on your plates. Okay, that's one little chicken nugget. And then also I want to talk to you guys about this program. I want y'all to write this down. Everybody write this in the chat. HUDVASH. HUDVASH. Okay, HUDVASH. Okay, it's called the HUD-VASH program. Okay, so let me tell y'all what this is. The HUD-VASH program, every single state, okay, if you have a property that you own, the HUD-VASH program, you can register that with the Housing of Urban Development for Veterans Assistance Program. And essentially what they do is service members getting out of the military and they don't have a job, they can give a stipend for those people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be homeless people, okay? And it will give over 100% stipend for a fair market rent for your personal residence. So for those of you who own property and stuff like that, that's called the HUD-VASH program. Put it in Google and your state, your zip code in there, and look that up. And I'm gonna drop one more gem. Okay, I want everybody to write the word concessions in the chat. This is gonna save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, there's something called concessions that you can get when you're purchasing a property with the VA home loan benefit that allows a seller. Okay, that means the person that you're buying it from pay off your personal credit. So if you got a credit card, if you got child support in arrears or anything like that, the seller can pay off that credit card through concessions, but it has to be written on the offer document. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be talking about today, guys, and then we're going to be dropping nuggets like that. If you have a nugget that you want to drop or a small business that you want to highlight, make sure you keep it under 1 minute for respect to the panel. And then also, we're going to move the panel around. Who else wants to jump in regard to the topic? Today, we're talking about Navy changes in the military. Okay, who's the next contestant? I see Angelo. Did you want to jump in?
You know what? You know what I will say about the whole beards thing and the whole baby hairs and all this other stuff that's going on. I 100% agree that when you decide to sign your name on the contract, that you decide to agree with whatever policies are set in place, regardless of what you feel personally. Now, what I will say about the policies, I will say some of them I think are archaic. Some of them are designed for maybe people who don't look like us, in a sense that the people that these policies are designed for or by don't necessarily understand black culture. I think it's a cultural thing. And I'd say they don't understand black culture aside from the mainstream culture, which is not real, which is not realistic, you know? And when I say mainstream, I'm going to say what they see is they see the rappers, the city girls, the edges, the laid and this and that, the makeup, this and that. And I think they feel a type of way based on what they see in the music videos, and they assume that we all want to be like that. So I think they go out of their way to, kind of like what Foxy was saying, they go out of their way to make it a little harder for us, to keep us as far away from that as possible, because I feel like that's what they assume we are.
Can I speak on that?
Yeah, go ahead, jump in. It's popcorn style.
Right. So listen, I went in the Navy as a nuclear machinist in '92. I dropped the hatch on my knee and I got out in '96 because I hurt myself. We heard the same refrain, right? The same thing that they say was, if you have to deal with a shipboard fire, you can't put your gas mask on and make sure that it has a proper seal, right? That was the refrain. And we all know it was BS, right? Because you don't need that much. But we dealt with it. And what the brother said, the Marines, you know, I love you, but I'm gonna joke you every single chance I get. I'm gonna step on that leather neck every chance I get, and I'm gonna roll around in the Air Force chairs. and you know, I'm gonna ask an Army guy, where's my latrine at? Right? I love all us, you know, military people, because we served, right? But the truth of the matter is, it's not just about black people, because white people want to grow beards too, right? Let's not make it a race thing, right? I mean, we all serve, and we all work. There are brothers that, if you use a big razor, it's not going to work for you. It's bad juju. You can look at the back of people's necks because they use the razor all bubbly and stuff like that. It's not going to work for you.
Now I remember, and I'm gonna tell y'all something funny, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something funny, man. I got a quick story to tell. All right, so when I went to I remember when I got to School of Infantry, okay, in North Carolina. I remember I had one of my friends had an electric razor, right? So I'm like,
this is the ticket.
I'm like, oh man, this is good. So I took that electric razor, man. I didn't know no better. I cut my hair. My face looked like it looked like a baby's butt, man. It was smooth as a baby's butt, right? Okay, in about 2 days, my whole face looked like a Crunch bar, dog. You know the back of a Nestle Crunch bar? My face was all bumped up, man. It was hurting. I said, man. So, you know, there are some people that are adversely affected by the, you know, even with witch hazel, it didn't matter. If you use an electric razor, I cannot shave up. If I take a razor and I turn that razor around, I can shave down, but if I turn it the other way and I shave up,
no, you went too close, bro.
Yeah,
you went too close. Don't cut against the grain.
I cannot go against the grain on my face. So, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we're at 18,000 likes, guys. Appreciate you guys for pulling up. The panel is open. Please get my panel full, guys. We got 3 more spaces. If you want to join the conversation, please raise your hand and come up. Please tap that screen. Continue to tap the screen. We'll bring you up. And we want to know what your thought process is on this conversation. Okay.
I'll piggyback with this. A couple years ago, because I'm out now. I was in 15 to 23. I'm out now, and I had
these babies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mo.
So we had this black NCO, right? Sergeant Branch came to the unit, and he had He had a little flat top going on, you know, the fade on the side, flat top going on top. And he decided to throw a line in it. And he wanted to play the card that it was a natural part. Now, he decided that he had to walk around with the order in his breast pocket because he would get pressed by the staff telling him that his part was not allowed. But he liked to say it was a natural part. Whereas, again, some of the people with a different hairstyle than us, people that don't look like us, they get away with that kind of thing. They get away with 4 or 5 inches instead of the 3 inches on top. They get away with parting their hair to the left, parting their hair to the right, and nobody presses them about it. So those are some of the things that I've seen firsthand. I know everybody's experience is different, but I'm not gonna lie, I've seen that kind of stuff.
But culture matters, man. Culture, like, race is a thing as far as who we are. But taking it like ain't nobody gonna be in the Marines wearing dreads.
Oh,
Just ain't gonna happen.
No.
It just ain't
No,
gonna
zero
happen.
chance. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Right?
Now, in retrospect, the ladies can wear their hair that way, but not the men. And as long as they can put it in, it doesn't. There's certain regulations in regard to the grooming
She
standards
gotta
for
put it in a bun. She
female
gotta put it in a
hair.
bun.
Well,
She gotta put it in a bun and fit.
it can rest naturally. I don't know what the regulations are, but before I got out, they changed it to where it can, if it touches the collar, it couldn't go beyond the collar, or it had to be in a bun, and it couldn't be. It was 4 inches of the width of the head, or it couldn't pass the width of the head. So if you had long hair, but I think they just changed that regulation. I'm not sure. Are there any Marines that are in the building in regard to the new hair changes?
Female Marines.
That's why they used to cut. That's why they used to cut girls or young ladies, female soldiers that had extremely long hair, because, or they would cut it like up to I'm gonna say the mid back, right? They would cut it because when they wrapped it in the bun, it was just it expanded the width, or if it didn't fit up under the Kevlar helmet, if it presented a problem with that, then that they would cut the hair, and they would actually make them practice the bun in there, especially during basic training. So, I mean, again, everything is about a standard. You have to understand, you have to wear certain pieces of equipment. Period. It is what it is.
Hey, this how y'all want y'all. That's how they want the military females.
Nah, man, they ain't GI Jane, man. They ain't GI Jane, baby.
They want y'all to look like this, man. It's getting crazy on the hair regulations, man. What in the hell is going on? They want
ain't
y'all
GI Jane, man. These are human beings, man. They ain't GI Jane. Hey, listen, man.
Anthony, I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna smack you this morning. Don't you even? That's just rude. No, we teach female Marines how to wear the hair in the low bun above the collar. I, for one, do not like the hair regulation where they're allowed to touch the collar, because I don't think it looks as sharp as it does when everything's up off the collar. I have some issue with that. But the other problem I kind of have an issue with is when back in the old days, segregation days, in the old days, we were actually taught how to wear makeup, and we had very specific regulations. But then you have to remember that I was and I wore Charlies with a skirt every day and high heels. For many years, female Marines wore high heels. Did you know that?
Yep, I remember that.
We wore high heels, and we were actually allowed to wear a 2.5-inch stiletto if we chose.
And it had to be black, right? Black.
They were all black, and they all had to be chloroform. And yes, they were black patent leather. And then they issued us a purse. I still have my Coach purse that I was issued at boot camp in 1986.
That issue you a purse?
Yeah.
Coach purse. We were issued a Coach handbag. And we were also issued Elizabeth Arden red lipstick.
Yeah.
They had. So
let me tell you what they issued me in the United States Marine Corps. They issued me my M16 low rider layup, left rider layup. Hey, we got issued an M16 A2 service rifle and some motivation. That's what we got issued, man. We need to get back to them days, man.
Anthony, hold on. They don't. Hold on.
Give me my M16.
Hold on.
Rolling down the strip on a C-130, rolling down the strip. The Marine Corps going to take a little trip. Hello, rider layup, left rider layup, low rider layup, love the double time.
Anthony, listen, Anthony. Age before beauty. Just a second. Age before beauty. Okay. Listen to me, young man.
As a nuke, I didn't have time to learn songs.
They don't teach. They don't even let female Marines sing Lady Leatherneck any longer at boot camp.
Oh man, what is going on, bro? What is going on?
That is wrong. That is part of our history. Stop, looking, listen. We are the Lady Leatherneck. Stop.
Man, that is bull. That is bull. Let me press this button again. Man, we need to get back. We need to get back to it, man. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you got motivated when I started calling that cadence, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to go back.
Nah.
Y'all's about to get up. Y'all's about to get up and start. Y'all's about to get up.
Do you know what else? Do you know what else? They're not even. I don't even think they let them sing "Mama and a Papa were laying in bed" anymore.
No, not no more. They don't sing that.
They're not allowed to say that anymore.
Everybody.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're not allowed to do it anymore.
But I remember, right, host, when I was stationed in Hawaii, went to the field, right? Going to the field, I had to shave, and because I knew I was going to be out for a while, I knew I was going to get shaving bumps, so I tried to use Nair. That stuff that women use on
the Nair, not the Nair. No, don't do the Nair.
Yo. Hey, he gonna be on one of those commercials. If you were in the military from 1991 to 1996 and you were experienced Nair in the can, you are entitled to $19.38 for the rest of your life. Please text.
Oh my God.
Yo, listen.
Not the damn Nair.
I know that's a hole in my face. Now I'm out in the field. I got to put camera paint on with an exposed wound on my face.
Oh my gosh! You know that you could have had it waxed, or you could have been threaded. You can go get threaded. If you get the bumps and you're male, you can always go and get a threading done, and the threading doesn't cause any skin irritation. Just so you know.
Just me. Let me tell you this. Let me be clear. Okay. But brothers, we can't do that because see the problem. Okay, let me explain to you what happens. Okay, so basically with beards, okay, with us, our hair is curly. So what happens is this is the skin. If we got threaded, that's going past the skin. So the hair will grow underneath the skin and curl in. Right? That's the problem.
That's correct.
No, that's what threading. That's what threading takes the root out.
That's what we don't want.
The hair.
No, it grows another root.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It grows another root.
Because if it does that, it grows, the hair curls underneath the skin, and that's why you get the razor bumps.
Yep.
And listen, I happen to be blessed that I'm a black man with a white mother. So, so my hair will grow. Yeah, I was blessed with that. So, hey, but I didn't have to deal with all that. But I had to pay attention because, them hair bumps will mess up your whole life.
Yeah.
I got lucky. I never had to deal with it, but I'm not gonna lie, them things look crazy.
I'm Dominican. I couldn't even shave up just like Anthony. If I shave up, I start getting fucking bumps.
No,
I'm Dominican.
I got that careful with that Norelco. That Norelco will mess you up if you don't clean it.
And guys, right now, down at the bottom, you'll see an arrow pointing right with a 103. Can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all get me up to 130? We got 44 people here right now. I'm going to need everybody to share the live with a couple of their friends. Thank you, Angelo. Appreciate that. And
you want that one? You want that one?
Yeah, let's hit that arrow to the right and then share this with the live. But just looking, what do you think about the topic? What do you think about the topic? Baby hairs, ladies with the Navy changed the baby hairs. Do you believe that it's targeting, or do you believe that it's justified with the U.S. Navy changing that regulation with the baby hairs? And if you guys don't know what the baby hairs are, they're the little hairs on the side of the head. And basically, the Navy just put out an administrative document, Navy-wide, that they are banning the baby hairs for the ladies in the Navy. And right now, the sisters are feeling like they're being attacked. What do you think?
Well,
I think it's justified. I think it's justified because it's a cosmetic thing. It's not necessary. It's not like we have to. We grow hair out our head, right? And they grow hair out their head. And whether you slick it back, I think it's justified. Like, you don't have to make your baby hair because you ain't a freaking baby. You're in the U.S. military.
I got Ace of Spades down in the panel. Who's wants to volunteer to drop down? Who's been on here the longest? Let me see. I'm gonna drop.
So I'm gonna head out. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the input and everything. Just want to know real quick, when is the next masterclass on the VA loan?
Oh yeah. Okay. So guys, we have a put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to know the information for the next masterclass. I'm gonna give you guys a link And then I'm gonna put we got a Facebook group with 5,000 service members in it. If you guys want to get in there, there's a lot of good information about taxes, how to hire kids, all types of other stuff. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want that number. I'm gonna give you guys the number to text. The number is 760 573.
And I actually,
hold on just a second. 760 573 2731. Text the word win to that number, and I'll send you the link to the Facebook group and then also the YouTube channel to where you can get a copy of this replay, and then we get notifications in there. But we're building a community of veterans, like-minded people, okay, that want to either utilize grant. That you see USC right here on my chest. The military is paying for my doctorate degree. I start next month. Okay, and I'm out of the military, and it is 100%. But I have to tell you guys how it works, because there's a couple of programs. You got Montgomery GI Bill, post 9/11, and you also have Yellow Ribbon Grant to where the military will plus up the income. But we share information like that. If you're interested in that, put a 1 in the chat. The number is 760-573-2731. Text the word win, so you can either register for the free VA loan masterclass or get in the Facebook group so you guys can get that notification. Okay, Jason, I see the
for the active people and retirees. I worked for TRICARE West, everything west of the Mississippi, out to Alaska and Hawaii. And if you want to know how to navigate that system, I'm still learning a little bit, but I know enough to help guide you, to make your family, yourself, your children when they're going to college, whatever they're doing, hit me up. I will give you everything I got, because this is public knowledge, but you have to know how to read the knowledge and understand the knowledge. And that's what the brother right here is offering you, is knowledge.
Yeah, and guys, I want to know some ladies' opinion. I see Ace that's on the panel. What do you think about this? What do you think about the new regulations for the Navy?
Well, I need to do some research as far as the baby hair, because I don't remember us being allowed to have baby hair when I was in.
We weren't allowed to have it either. So
like I was in from 01 to 09, like during the war. I don't remember that even being a thing. So this is definitely had to have been some new regulation that was allowed for a little bit.
Yes.
No, it wasn't a regulation. It was just so baby hairs became a social media trend. Soldiers, airmen, and Marines took, they did it, and they got away with it, and people didn't do anything about it, and it just became a trend, right? And I guess higher command says no more, because this is faddish, because it's not naturally curly on your face. It grows out, yes it does, but it's not something that curls up. Now, if it's done tastefully, yeah, but then what is tastefully, right? You have people that does it excessively. The bigger it is, the more attention it draws. And the military is all about what? Modesty.
Uniformity. Everything needs to be uniform.
Also, right. So it is what it is. It's just like the shaving. Yes, they've always had shaving profiles, because I remember when I was in, you had sailors. When I was in the Army, I saw sailors in Pearl Harbor and down in Virginia that had beards. Whereas soldiers, they did have beards, but not as pronounced as sailors. And that's because sailors were able to get a no-shave chit, and they were able to groom their face. Soldiers were not able to do so, but were able to get shaven profile, and it had to be evaluated every so often. Now, you see, when you look at social media and you see these soldiers walking down the street in uniform, damn near every African American soldier has a beard. Do every soldier have a shaving profile?
And let me ask a question, guys, for the panel, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that the military standards across the board need to tighten up. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that it's good where it is. I'm curious to know, because ultimately what we're talking about is so I got some 1s in the chats. I see some 2s. And then I see I want to hear from some ladies, okay? So I see Mama Sita, welcome to the panel. We're talking about the baby hair. What branch of service do you represent? And then catch us up about what you believe about the new Navy regulation.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, yes.
Okay, so this is gonna be my perspective. I joined the military in 2006. There was no baby hair. The lashes, the earrings, we could not wear earrings. There was no ponytail. I did my time, got out. When I came back in 2023, obviously as a female, I got happy. Oh my God, look at all this stuff. Like, we can actually tell us apart from the males now. Not saying, because obviously we didn't have to shave, but it was a big difference. But then the amount of females that I have had to correct about the ponytail, when you're given exact instructions of how long it can be, it's exhausting. And the fact that you can't go and tell somebody that they're wrong because all it's gonna do is create a case, that needs to go.
What branch are you?
Army.
Okay, all right. And
so I'm a bad person to have on here, and I'm cooking. I'm actually cooking today, dear. So I need to go.
What you cooking?
But you know my thoughts.
Potato, macaroni casserole.
Oh hell no! I just grilled T-bone steaks, and I'm making twice baked potatoes. I made a salad, and I'm fixed corn on the cob. I gotta go shuck corn. Yeah. I made Thursday night I cooked reuben sandwiches, Friday chicken piccata. Yesterday I did grilled chicken wings and salads and all kinds of stuff. I cook every day. It's my relaxation.
Okay, all right, man. I might have to pull up on you now. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I don't eat. I cook so that I won't eat.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Let me say this real quick, y'all. Listen, men. If you're in the U.S. military or you're a man that's under 50, put a 1 in the chat. Under 50, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. All right, so men, I want to tell y'all, man, y'all better get y'all one of these cougar women out here, man. Them old ladies be cooking, man.
You know what she got?
What is wrong with her, man? What is wrong with these gray beards?
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. They're gonna put that Vaseline on your heels and put you to sleep with a full belly.
Listen,
man.
I got 8-year-olds.
I got cream, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Let me tell you something. I have always cooked because it's a method for me to you don't know this about me, but you know that I do high stress work because of the kind of work that I do. So it's a method for me to relax. And I don't eat because I've got issues with that, but I cook, and my family and my friends, like I made Reuben sandwiches the other night for my like today, my brother and his wife will come down and get their dinner and take it home. I cook for my brothers and their wives because they all married women who can't cook. I don't know what the hell they can do, but they can't cook. So I do it because I enjoy it. And yesterday my youngest and his fiance were here, and I cooked for them, and I cooked enough stuff that I cooked it Friday, flash froze it, so he has lunch for all week for work. So yeah, I'm that kind of mom. So yeah,
absolutely,
sorry.
guys. And let me go ahead and reset the room, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winning Podcast, where we help you win in real estate, guys. I want to give a special shout out. Guess what, y'all? We are at 39,000 likes. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is take your booger fingers right now, tap that screen, get the shares up right now, hit that screen, tap the screen, hit that screen 20 times each finger. Let's keep curating this conversation. What we're here to do is to have a fun military space, guys, where we're talking about the updates. Our panel, what we do is that we teach a little bit, we allow people to come up, network, and if you get on the panel, you're gonna get some followers, okay? So we, sharing is caring, guys. Down at the bottom, you'll see an arrow pointing right. Hit that arrow pointing right. It's at 112. Okay, get me up with, the goal is 200. So I would love for you guys, the 50 people that are in the panel, to share this with some of your military friends. I have met Ace of Spades personally. She actually came to my office in Oceanside. We're going to be doing some creative stuff with interviewing military people. And then also I am a real estate broker. So I also talk about hacks like buying multifamily with your VA home loan benefit. So if you guys are interested in getting into the Facebook group, we get 250,000 impressions a month on across all our social media platforms. I am live on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Farmers Only, and Christian Mingles right now. All right, I'm joking, y'all, but I am live across all social media platforms. And if you guys want to invite to the next VA Loan Masterclass, put a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna give you guys a number so you guys can get in the Facebook group and get notifications of when we're doing these lives. I am going to be covering on Monday. Listen to me. On Monday, I am going to be covering how to buy multifamily or do the VA construction loan step by step. Okay, that's going to be Monday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to learn how to master the VA loan with buying multifamily, I want to tell you how to structure those deals. And then we're going to also talk to you guys about how to partner with a veteran that's a non-veteran. So that means that two people, a veteran and a non-veteran. Oh, look at those headphones, man. I need to get my game up. Okay, all right. So and then guys, listen to me. If you have a small business, you can, everybody put the word can, you can promote your small business in here as a veteran. Okay, so we'll also be talking about business line of credit in here for veterans, and then also some grants for veterans. The last couple of years, I have a real estate business with 200 people that work with us. And then also we're going to be covering grants and stuff like that and scholarships for military families. Okay, I give scholarships away. I give 6 scholarships away through my nonprofit every single year. So guys, if you guys want to know about those grants, your kid has to be 18 and they have to be going to a college and they have to have a 3.0 to apply for my scholarship. Okay, so if you're interested in that, make sure you tap the screen. But guys, we're here to build and not tear down. Make sure you keep the conversation nice and clean. Okay, and make sure you keep your plane to Southwest Airlines, not Alaska Airlines. Okay, all right. Bruh. Now let's get back to the conversation. Let me give you guys this number. The number is 760. Write this down, guys. 760. Hold on, let me get this number out. 760-573-2731. Text the word WIN to that number. 760-573-2731 to register. We had 892 people that were in my class yesterday. So I appreciate you guys for supporting that. And then also, if you have any real estate questions or any small business questions, you can come up here and ask your question. But we're going to get back to the conversation. Who wants to jump in? I think you wanted to jump in and ask a question or say something? Just me?
No, I need to get moving. But if anybody needs any assistance on how they register, if they want to do federal contracting into the SAM, if they need corporate structure, if they need compliance regulations, they're always welcome to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to assist them on that. I also have a team that does nothing but write federal grants. That's all they do. I've got a really good young man. He's got a 92% success rate. We write grants from everything from tribes to local municipalities and things like that. So there's a whole variety of things. I especially will help any veteran, and it doesn't cost you anything. I do it for free to get you registered and set up to make sure that you have the right, all of your setup and what your structure is and what kind of accounting systems you need. I'm a comptroller by profession, but now I do compliance on the compliance side to make sure that you can be in compliance with all the regulations from everything from banking to your state.
Oh, fantastic. We need to link up because
Anthony,
can you hear me?
I sent you my phone number and you didn't message me, but I've got to go cook.
You DM me? You sent it on DM?
Yes, I sent you a DM on my phone number and you never messaged me back.
Okay, so I'm sorry, man. Listen, I promise you I'm going to send you my message. Listen, the reason why I'm utilizing that phone number, guys, is because I'm going to tell y'all right now, I get like at least 50 to 60 people hitting me up through my DMs. And right now, the reason why I don't do that is because I have a scammer already on TikTok. I've only been on here for 9 months. And then since I'm a public figure, I already got a person cosplaying as me. Okay, and they got like 6,000 followers already. So I'm like, Guys, I don't sell crypto. The only way to get in contact with me is to make sure.
And I will.
Yeah, you look me up.
And I only gave the number I gave you as my personal line because I only take a few calls on that.
Okay.
But you have a young man by the name pimp named Slickback who's a Marine, and I'm going to drop so you can bring him up because he's a really good person to have on the panel, and he give you some insight on some of these things. I just love him. So thank you, and thank you for having me. And please reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions.
I will today. I'll reach out to you today. I'll send you my information today after I get off the live. Okay, so guys, if the panel is open, well, let's get back to the conversation. Who has questions or something that they'd like to share? Mama, you have something to say, Mamacita?
I have something on my mind about, you said that you asked if we think that the baby hair thing that's going on with the Navy is targeting a group of people. I think it is, the beard too. But I have like, my thought might sound like a conspiracy theory. All this stuff started happening in the Middle East. And when I'm on TikTok, I watch videos from people all over the world. These people from over there were posting our military dancing or acting a fool. And they were saying, this is who they're gonna send to fight in Iran. And that was so embarrassing that they were making fun of us. And they had all the reasons. It was right there. You couldn't deny that if we went over there, we were gonna get messed up. It was out of the question. This reached out the big army. This is people that don't pay no attention to us. The baby hair, the beard profiles, all that stuff is handled at company level. How did the big army saw that we was acting a fool and looking a mess? Because we were posting it day in and day out.
Yep, and I'm glad that you said that because I think the same thing, guys. I feel like social media is tearing away at the fabric of the mystical thing of our U.S. military. Now, listen. Now, a lot of people are saying that, we're getting further and further away from that. But I kind of feel like, the world, you got to understand how important the world's perception is of the U.S. military. When we start doing things like saying getting your back cracked, getting your back blown out on social media, come on, man. Y'all can't be doing that. What is going on, man? Why? We got officers saying get cracked. What are we doing here, guys? Listen, the people are making a laughing stock out of the U.S. military. And another thing that I'm starting to see is more and more people speak out publicly on social media about the problems that they have with their leadership instead of going through the chain of command. Now,
hey, can I say something about that too, host?
Yeah.
Can
Go
I
ahead, jump in.
So what's up? So I'm real big on the TikTok thing. So I want to say something about what Mama Sita just said, and I want to address what you just said.
Sure.
So so for one thing, I kind of agree with what she's saying when it comes to the social media thing and how the discipline is starting to get seen around the world. But I don't think it's a direct correlation to the training of our military. That's one thing I'm not going to allow. So I'm on 11 Bravo, right? My job is to engage and close with the enemy, right? I've deployed 2 times already. So I will say that now that soldiers are being able to express themselves online, does it go overboard? Absolutely, it goes overboard. But there's nothing that's happening in today's army that wasn't happening in the yesterday's army. The only difference is now it's more seen because of social media. I will say that. Another thing, what you was about to say that you don't like how soldiers are getting online talking about their problems with their leadership. Now, the reason why that is a good thing is because, as you know, back in the day, before there was an EO program and all this sharp stuff, things was getting swept under the rug. So if you use social media the correct way, it's now have given soldiers a platform to where they can reach other NCOs. If only you knew how many soldiers I got in my inbox that I helped get through certain things because their chain of command was just turning the ear. I haven't even told my story. I'm a whole sergeant first class, and I just went through something with a whole sergeant major that's at the Pentagon level. She came after me on some BS. I ended up beating her because of the relationships that I know that I molded in the military. I haven't spoken on that yet, but I will say that there's good and bad to everything, and we can't just use certain situations and always paint it as that is what we're standing on. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now let me respond to that real quick because there's one thing, and I have several combat deployments. I was in the Marine Corps from 1996 to 2016 when we were
Thank you for your service.
Okay, thank you for your service and your support. Now, brother, I love what you said, but I do believe that grooming standards absolutely unequivocally affects combat readiness.
Explain that for me.
Okay, all right. So I'm just going to read a couple of things for you. And discipline and unit cohesion. Consistent grooming reinforces discipline and fosters unity and projects professionalism. Key aspect of affecting combat teams. Deviations can erode respect and perception of military credibility. I'm gonna keep reading. Mask and equipment. Facial hair can compromise the seal and the protect of a mask. It's statistically.
It's false.
No, it's not.
It's already been. It's already been. It's already been.
Show me. Hold on. Show me now, brother. Show me where you see. I could show you the military fact to where it shows that when you shave if you do not have now, can you get a seal? But if you even have stubble, your seal is going to get compromised.
So let me ask. So have you?
Brother. Listen. Just hear me out. Now, I like a little. Listen. Facial hair can compromise the seal or protect gear like gas masks, potentially jeopardizing survival in CBRN. Now, in retrospect to that, in the 20-year period, even when I was in Afghanistan, Iraq, and destinations unknown, I never used my gas mask. I never patrolled with my gas mask either. Okay? So the entire time, 20 years in the Marine Corps during the warfighting time, okay, I never had to use my gas mask. We practiced using the gas mask, okay? And in March 2025, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered a comprehensive Pentagon review grooming and fitness and appearance standard, including facial hair. Predictability and reliability in high-stress situations, strict grooming expectations, minimize ambiguities, and ensure gear fits uniformity, essential for reliability. Now, I believe 100% that grooming standards, not just facial hair, but everything, it all affect. The reason why you take everything away when you go to boot camp, I got you, Mamacita, and then I'm going to go to my brother up here. The reason why you take away everything is because you could swiftly identify. When I was a Marine Corps drill instructor, that basically means that I trained the Marines to make the unalivers, okay? The reason why we took everything away and put everything on the ground level is so we could quickly identify when something is out of line or if something is missing. So I think uniform is the whole purpose of us having that. So what do you say about this? Now I'm gonna pull up the government study that they did with gas masks, because I think people think that it's debunked because people put on gas masks and get a good seal. But
no. They're saying it's debunked because the actual test that's been done, not the military test. Of course, the military is going to give you the test because they're going to support whatever. It's just like what they did with the RAND study, right? When they was talking about when we got away from the whole standards of the females because 60-something% of females couldn't do a leg tuck. They went into the RAND study and they started talking about how the leg tuck was more than core. It affected grip strength as well. So when you look at the actual study of the gas mask, it's been debunked that it can
show me. But show me where. But you got to show me, brother. Like, listen.
I'll send it to you, bro. I'll send it to you.
Okay. All right. So again, I'm gonna. What's up, Creative? I appreciate you for pulling up, man. Make sure y'all follow Creative. Has some really good content. Good friend of mine as well. But listen to this, man. Okay. So government gas mask and Mamacita, go ahead. You could jump in.
Hear me out. Even if the theory about them saying that the mask won't work if you have facial hair, even if it was debunked, they don't keep it in regs. So even if you could put it on and it will work on you, half of the people that have a beard don't keep it cut to the length that it's supposed to be. So
what link? What link?
It's still not gonna work for you.
What link is that, Mamacita?
No, not the link. I haven't said anything about the link. What I'm saying is
that's what you just said. You said they don't keep it cut to the link that it's supposed to be cut. So I'm asking you, what's the link of the regulation?
Well,
I think it's like an 8.
It's a what?
No. It's out of regs. Even when you have half of the people that have a beard have it out of regs, even when they have a profile for it.
But okay. So what's the other? So other than a profile, what's the other way to have a beard?
Religious exemption.
So is the religious exemption the same thing as the shaving profile? Is it the same link?
No, it's not.
No.
Okay,
I think people, I think they don't even have to cut it.
There we go. So if now you know the difference, how can you say that people don't keep it in regulation if you don't know if they got a shaving profile or religious accommodation?
I only know.
Let me say
soldiers around me.
But you're making a general statement about a few soldiers that are around you.
But brother, let me answer that though. Okay, the problem that you guys have in the Army is that you guys are not allowed to check for it. If you have the shaving profile, okay. So
absolutely.
So here's what I'm saying like this, man. Look, brother, no matter what you say, okay, because I know that you're compassionate about this. I don't care. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm out. I've been out since 2016. But the problem that I feel like that we're having right now is that the abuse of the regulation, and now we allowed one thing that I could say, and I think that everybody would agree with me on this: the shaving situation. You should consult if you're going to make a decision that adversely affects predominantly minorities. Then I believe that you should have a minorities on that panel so they can give you information that's going to make you make a decision that's going to help all people, not just cut it out.
Exactly.
Would you agree with that?
I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%, brother. 1,000%.
Okay, so and then guys, tap the screen, guys. Man, I love it, man. We about to we get this is what I love, guys. This is good debate, good conversation. If you guys are enjoying the conversation, put a 1 in the chat. We're going to continue this, and we're talking about the baby hairs now. I'm going to read this.
I actually have a question.
Go ahead, Mamacita, and then
even when I come on live, I don't talk about the beard because I don't have one. It doesn't affect me, obviously. But this is my question: if you do have a medical condition and if you can get your profile every time you come back, you're still going to get your profile because you actually need it. What's the issue? Are these people still getting kicked out in the long run if they can't shave or they can't fix their face?
Yes. So now with the new regulation, a lot of people think that it means no pro. That's not what it means. So usually, okay, so this is how the shaving profile works, because I have a shaving profile. I have a beard, right? The way that it works is before you get a permanent profile, you go through a process of temporary profiles of different treatments that leads to a permanent profile once the last set of treatments that the physician gives you doesn't work. Now with the new regulation, it still allows for temporary profiles, but you can't be on profile for longer than a year in a 2-year span, or you have to get forced into what's known as admin separation. That's the change that they're making now with the profile. And
you don't think a year gives them like time to fix whatever's wrong?
Okay, so now another misconception with this. Everybody keeps having this same old narrative, and all it sounds like is a bunch of people copying and pasting different statements. Everybody's skin is different. So as you can see, the creator has a profile. I mean, not a profile, but he got a beard. My fault, bro. He got a beard. I have a beard.
Come on camera. We want to see that beard. Let's see what this beard look like. Okay.
Bruh. So you see my beard.
Man, that baby ass beard, man. Man, get that nonsense off your face, man. If you don't turn that damn camera off that little bitty ass beard, man. Come on, man. Baby face ass. He talking about a shaving profile. I thought he was gonna come on looking like me, man. Baby face ass.
He kicks in the legs.
All right, man. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, host, but you see, host, I keep mine in regulation.
But yours in regs, though. That's different, bro.
So go ahead,
bro. You know damn well what they was talking about with the beard, man. The beard, it's lined up. They got the Beijing popping. It's blonde at the bottom. It's hanging down.
But and see, that's another thing too, man. It's the way that the regulation is written. It's not clear on what you can and can't do. So, because if you read it right, this is what people do. This is what leaders do when they try. And this is why it's a lot of NCOs that don't know regulation. They just wear stripes and think they know regulation. This is what they do. They read you the regulation that says the beard is not to be shaped, fashioned, or styled. And that's what they state. That's what they keep. But the whole regulation says that it shouldn't be shaped, fashion, or style in a manner that is against the regulation. And then it gives you examples of different things such as pork chops, handlebars, the little LL Cool J looking things. So that's where the regulation is messing everybody up, because we think that if I clean my beard up, because the profile tells you to maintain a professional appearance by keeping it shaved down and cleaned up. So if you start to line your beard up and clean the little hairs up, that as long as it stays within the natural shape of which it grows, that's not violating the profile. And a lot of people are going to sit here and say, well, how do you know that? Because if any of my followers that follow you know me, they will tell you I've given classes to command sergeant majors on the beard when I was working at the academy. So it's not like,
where are you at? Where are you stationed at?
I'm at Fort Bragg now. I'm in the 82nd now, but this is when I was in Germany. I've given NCOPDs to senior NCOs before I was a senior NCO. I was a staff sergeant giving NCOPDs because of how loose the regulation does it. Like I've had commanders commend me on how well my beard look once I get it cleaned up because I do what I'm supposed to do. Now I do agree with what you're saying because I've seen some beards where I tell soldiers to hold their necks up and they pushing that thing to their chin and I be like, hey, look, stop cutting into your beard because if you can cut into your beard, then you can shave. But with that being said, too, host, another thing that people don't talk about leaders is if you have a shaving profile, are you supposed to still shave clean?
Oh, Anthony.
Yeah.
So if you have a shaving profile, are you still supposed to shave your face?
No.
I'm not. I'm not
but
sure.
But no, you're not. Leaders do it, and we ride with it because we like how the clean shaven look. Because the profile tells you that it shouldn't be shorter than 1/8 of an inch, no longer than a quarter of an inch. That's what the profile says. So if you have a shaving profile and you're cleaning the hair off your face, that's still violating the profile because the purpose of it is for the hair to grow past the skin so it can't curl back under by not having to regrow itself. So these are the conversations leaders are not having because leaders don't know how to have these conversations.
Now, and then here's a question that I have. I need to connect with you, man.
Okay.
You said you're in Bragg and you're a sergeant first class right now?
Yes.
I need a connection for you because I got to come out there and visit. I have property out there, and I want to link up with you and talk to you about some of the stuff that I'm doing.
Oh, absolutely, bro. You already know. It's all love.
Okay. All right. So we got we have Reaper on the panel. We're talking about the baby hairs. That's what we were talking about. I wanted to get back on topic. Reaper, what branch of service do you represent, and what do you think about the Navy changes for the baby hairs for women in the Navy?
Well, I'm a retired Army first sergeant. If you don't mind, host, I wanted to say something that the gentleman who was just speaking, the NCO who was just speaking.
Go ahead.
I agree with everything you said, first of all. Number one, there was a sergeant major. I can't remember what his name was. He's still on active duty, but I think he was out at JBLM. And he made a statement a long time ago talking about if a soldier comes through the promotion board, if that soldier has a shaving profile, he's going to tell that soldier to shave. And I'm like, as a first sergeant, I'm not telling my soldier who has a shaving profile to shave. I'm going to tell that soldier, make sure that your beard is within the confines of your shaving profile. That's what I'm going to tell him.
I already know who you're talking about. You're talking about Flonatics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I made a bit. Yeah, me and him got into it over TikTok, and I had to correct him. And then he came on our live and backpedaled and said that's not what he meant. He was just joking and everything.
Hey,
So
bring
we
him
all.
in. I want to pull him in here. If you guys could listen, guys, listen. Check this out. I want to be clear what we are doing, guys. Listen, we are bringing professional military conversations without the trauma dumping in military spaces. The other day, we had a beer. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys saw my live the other day with 2,000 people in there. We had the Black Unicorn in here. We had Barry Bull in here, big military creator. And then we also had Miss Get To It. Okay, she did a lot of stuff for women's body composition while she was in the service because they were trying to get her for being looking out of regs, and she was in very, very good shape. So what we're doing here, and I see Tim, 2 official just popped in. Appreciate you for pulling in. We get a lot of good creators that come in here. And then also, if you have something or a regulation or a grant or something, I'm going to allow military creators to come up here, give a 30-second pitch. Okay, we do have rapid fire networking where we do military stuff. So if that's you and you're on the panel, we appreciate you for coming in. And guys, why y'all being stingy, man? Why y'all being stingy? Down at the bottom, I'm still at 117. Stop being so damn stingy and share the live. It costs you nothing to share the live, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm going to be talking about, I'll be talking about some things that you guys could look up as veterans, like getting, I've gotten government grants. I have a real estate brokerage that the military paid for. And then I've done a bunch of stuff. Okay, so if you guys want to come up, let us know. Please get me to 150 shares right now. We have 70 winners in here today. Okay, and then let's get back to the conversation. Shar, welcome to the panel. What say you? What do you think about the Navy regulation changes, and what branch of service do you represent?
I am currently active duty Navy.
Okay.
And they use the wrong language because everybody has natural baby hairs. I have worn natural baby hairs. What they're speaking on is the over exaggerated baby hairs that people make when they make wigs, and it can come off as triggering to certain people with the beard and also baby hairs because it's only one nationality that has worn them while active in uniform.
I'm sorry. Wait. Listen. I'm sorry. Can I laugh? Because see, you can tell that there was no African American people on this panel before they changed the rules. Guys, they're calling it baby hairs, and I know for a fact I am. Look, listen. You see this melanated skin?
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm speaking based off of what they stated, and I'm like I'm. So when I came in, y'all were talking about the beards. I've been signing a beard profile even when I was in, just because it doesn't affect me, it affects those that I work with. And I have seen my male sailors who come in with their face messed up to the point where it is very painful to work and shave. I have eczema, so I can only imagine what ingrown hairs feel on their face. So it's just like when you see that people are affected by this and then it's only targeted to certain people, yes, it's a problem. Like gingers and black males or men of color are affected by this. So it's like if you know that they had a profile, and I get it, some people do push the limit, and that's on both sides, men for beards and women for edges. But if you know that it's an issue, why are you trying to punish people that are actively in and kick them out? Like if they have proof, like, hey, they've been going through this prior like process of elimination, why isn't that being done? Why are we putting a new instruction out to completely cut it out? I'm pretty sure, like for us on the Navy side, we have MNCC where you can email them and ask them to clarify or send a picture of what's in regs and what they deem in regs in regards to the instruction. It has been done, and they have also changed the language of what they mean about baby hairs, and they sent examples. But also, if you're going to write a professional NAVADMIN that we're all supposed to adhere by, people, when you assume baby hairs, people are going to be triggered, especially in the culture and the world that we are in today. We have already fought to get two-strand twists and braids and stuff for us to wear in our hair because people are going to have traction alopecia. So, like, it's literally affecting people. Like, you're telling me, and I have natural hair, that I have to try to pull back all my hair and slick it down into a bun. And then when I go home or I take it out, I'm going to have stress problems. And not even accounting women who be pregnant and they have to put their hair up. I had bald spots in those areas. So it's just like when they do things, they have to take into account. And like, for example, it was at HM2 back in, I think, in 2016. She gave up her career because they told her to cut her locks. So it's just like,
hey, Sean,
go ahead. Go ahead, jump in.
Hey, Sean.
Go ahead.
Sean, can I chime in for you right quick? I agree with you, but
give me 1 second, guys. Flash your mic if you're live on the channel, because I want to make sure that, because our panel is getting big, we're starting to get some other people. Okay, good. We had somebody drop down. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up. Let's see here, Shane Official. Okay, I just back up my brother Shane. Okay, so
I actually was stationed with Shane, so Shane know who I am.
Okay.
I knew Shane before he became famous. So
hey, host, I wanted to say something to what Shaw was saying though, and I agree with the host, and I agree with you, Shaw, about how we need representation in these places. You know why I'll never get representation in these places? Because we have individuals that once they make the rank, it's no longer about soldiers anymore. It's about them doing what they need to do to get to retirement. And then on top of that, you have people that sit at the table that have our skin color, and instead of expressing it to the things that we're talking about now, they say things like, oh yeah, I don't agree with it either. So now what happens is you give everybody else that's not our skin color the validation. Well, if he shaved, you can shave. That's what they say. These are the conversations I've heard in meetings. Well, this guy's black, he's shaved, and he's managed to not get. But like, look at the videos on Meal Talk and tell me you don't see those type of comments.
Oh no, I definitely do. I definitely do.
But what do you guys think about, guys? Listen, we got 90 people here. Here's what I'm gonna say, man. Okay. The only way that we could change policy, or what is the solution though? Okay, because I know that I know that over 60% of shaving profiles are from melanated people. I know that the baby hair situation, it does affect all females in all branches of service, but it adversely affects melanated ladies more so than anything. So leaders, what is the solution? Oh, that's what I want to hear. I want to go to some ladies first. I see Ace, Mamacita, then we're going to go to the men. But I want to hear some more ladies speaking about this topic because I want to know what you guys think. Let's go to Ace and then Mamacita. What you think?
Okay, thank you. And I hope you give me a chance because the last time I wanted to land my plane, and Mr. Instructor didn't allow me to. My thought process is
be on your best behavior. Okay.
It comes with questions, and I know.
Nah, go ahead.
Because it comes with questions. You know these young men that are serving in our military, more than 90% are 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, right?
Okay.
And in that stage of their life, Anthony, they're going through the last stages of puberty. Growing facial hair is a part of that stage. The fact that it's and this I'm learning from you active duty fellow members, males, who have been educating me on some of these things. The fact that they put it in the regulation for the Army, that one of the options is laser hair removal, which is a permanent situation. I'm not okay with that. Like, to logically think about this in the sense to where we allow men their own autonomy and allow the beard to become a standard is where I'm at. And you know that. That's where I'm at. I think if we're talking about everyone, if we're talking about fixing the man hours, okay, because there's man hour issues here trying to regulate people to be grown adults. The fact that they are discriminating against these men, saying, okay, their mental acuity and their physical fitness is not enough. A beard is not going to allow them to be capable to do a job right. That's absolutely ridiculous. We need to remove the power from anybody who might be racist, because we do know that there are people who live under a freaking rock in this world, and they come from all races. My dad was one of them. I'm going to tell you that right now. You remove that power from them by allowing a beard standard. That's where I fall under that.
But we're not talking about beards right now. Ace, we talking about baby hairs. Come on, man.
Well, baby hairs, there were no baby hairs when I was in. There were no baby hairs when I was in.
Do you think it's...
And alopecia does exist. Alopecia does exist.
Okay.
And, when I was in, now what was the sock bun, a literal sock bun, became now like a porous little donut looking thing. But when I was in, we didn't have that. That causes mildew. Like a literal sock and wet hair causes mildew, which is not good for you. That interacts with alopecia as well. Pulling your hair back, which I commend the girls that do it. But I switched from that to braiding my hair. So, as far as baby hairs, yes, I've seen some of them that are pretty extreme. They weren't in when I was in, and the girls were thriving. So, that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. All right. So, Mamacita, what do you think? Do you agree with her or do you disagree with her? What do you think?
You want to talk about the baby hair? I had a solution for the beard problem.
Hey, y'all got to see. Wait. I got to show y'all something, man. Y'all want to see something funny? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see something funny, man. Shane is killing me with these pictures. Look right now. Look how you got my face looking with y'all. When y'all be talking about beards. Come on, man. Listen, man. Look, y'all. He be catching my facial expressions. He be getting me good, man. But listen, guys, look. Oh, man. I just want to say, okay, y'all see my beard?
If Mamacita gonna talk about the beards, there is doing too much and there is still being presentable in uniform. My hair does not grow straight down. My hair grows up out of my scalp. There is nothing I can do about that. Trying to get my hair to go back to the old military standards before I joined, and I joined in 2013. That means I will have to perm my hair, and I will have to continuously to perm my hair every 6 months to meet the old standards. There is nothing wrong with swooping my little edges back. The ones that I do, because you can tell the difference between baby hair and when are women who have longer baby hairs.
Are you in regulations, Sailor? Are you in regulations?
Yes, I'm in regs.
Stand at parade rest when I'm stand at per. No, I'm joking.
I'm about to say I'm Navy. I don't stand at parade rest. We don't do that. But that's my thing. So you can tell the difference for somebody that's over exaggerated. Like for example, I've seen women with wigs who have made baby hairs, and sometimes they do be over exaggerated. And I will pull my sailors to the side and let them know, like, hey, that is out of regs. But at the same time, as that E5 and above, I have to be in regs as well, letting people know we join knowing the standards. So it's really on the individual. We do, but those standards also change over time. Reg intensity, I've been in for 12 years. Regs have changed because when I first joined, women were not allowed to have locks in their head. Women were not really allowed to have singles in their head. A lot of these hair regulations have changed to assist African American women and women of color to still serve. And that is the point. When it comes to the regulations, when they said baby hairs, there's only one culture that does baby hairs because it was termed flyaways. Now, people would get chewed out if they had flyaways. I can go step outside right now in this Floridian heat, and my hair would literally curl up because it's so hot and humid outside.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about this real quick, and then I'm gonna go to Shane. Okay? Why doesn't the Marine Corps have this problem though? The problem is only with the Navy and the Army. The Marine Corps doesn't have this problem.
I've worked with Marines. And when I say my first duty station for 3 years was with Marines, most of them ladies have to cut their hair short because they're pulling their hair back, like so much gel and all that stuff that they put in their hair. Absolutely. Like they were not allowed to have 2-strand twists or braids in their hair until the Navy changed their standards. I've seen it. I was on MCAS Iwakuni when that happened. Them ladies were so relieved when they were able to have more hair choices. Shane can attest to this. I was there when they said, hey, y'all are now allowed to have 2-strand twists. Y'all are now allowed to have single braids, because when you have to pull your hair back, when I say, don't get me wrong, my Marine sisters are, when they slick with their uniform, but truth be told, that is too much gel that they put in their hair.
Now Shane, come on in. Now Shane trying to escape. Shane, come on in here, man. Come on in here, Shane. Come on in.
But I guarantee you as well, bro. If you look at the number of black individuals in the Marines, is nowhere close to the Navy.
Exactly.
It's not even close. There's more Hispanics in the Marine Corps than it is blacks.
But listen, all I want to say is let's not bring the two topics together. No disrespect, beards and baby hairs. They are two totally different things.
I'd agree with that.
Because I feel like combining baby hairs with the talk of beards kind of diminishes what it's a medical diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not medically diagnosed with baby hairs. Not saying you shouldn't have them. I'm not saying you shouldn't have them.
Hairs are not an illness, though.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I tried to tread like this. I tried.
Wait, ladies. Man, y'all gotta calm down, man. Listen, I knew.
No, let me say something.
Go ahead.
We are the ones
get him, Shane.
Comparing the beard to the baby hair. This whole life has been about baby hair, and we keep bringing it to the beard.
Well, I was here earlier, and it was beards first.
Okay, so right now it's supposed to be about baby hair, but we keep going back to the beard. We're not comparing the two.
Oh, okay. So we talk baby hair. Yeah.
Can you take me out? First Sergeant said he wants to say something. So can you put him in? That's my senior.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna lie though, those buns do be pulling the female's hair out in the Marine Corps. I ain't gonna lie. Like if you look at the back of their head, like it look like they got a taper in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them get undercuts.
Well, no, it be pulling out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have to get undercuts. Like for example,
who did you want me to bring up?
I'm gonna have
That's my
attention for this stuff over here.
What's his profile?
That's my senior.
Who?
He's on here.
That's his, that's his name,
That's my
Hope.
senior. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were saying that.
I thought she said that was her senior.
These names, man.
I thought she said that's my senior. My
I'm sorry.
bad. I thought the same thing.
My English is not very good.
That's my senior. Welcome to the panel. What say you, man? Baby hairs in the Navy. Do you think that it's targeting, or do you think what do you think about it?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Appreciate you bringing me in. So I just want to say somebody had made a point about the targeting thing, right? And I wanted to bring up Sergeant First Class Green, because right now everyone is focusing on making impact on the policy to change it instead of trying to impact the people in the room. Sergeant First Class Green, she impacted people in the room because there was women at that level that were impacted by height and weight. So she was able to impact them. If you go and look at MedCom, if you look at who's at the top of MedCom around the time that the hair changes were changed, height and weight, it was General Naja West, a black woman. So when it comes to these beards, until we have someone at that level that has sacrificed and suffered with PFB and made it to that level, we will never impact this change. We won't change the beards until someone decides to sacrifice,
go against it,
and make it to that level, and then stand up and say, no, this is wrong.
Well, black unicorn.
Until then,
or there's another way.
Right, but
there's another way.
There's definitely another way.
There's another way.
Definitely another way.
I tell you, me personally, I'll just say this: you're never going to make effective change in the military while actively serving, because just think about it. What company is going to let you work for them and change their whole policy around? I feel as though you have to get out of the military, gain that influence, so that you make that effective change.
No, because Sergeant Green did it in the military, actively serving.
Did they not just change? Are they not get ready to change it back?
For height and weight?
Yeah.
Not that I'm tracking. I haven't heard that.
Not that I'm tracking either.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate you down. Please come back up because you're Navy, because I definitely want to hear more from you. Okay, but I'm gonna tuck you down in the listening lounge, and then Ace, I'm gonna tuck you down for a minute. I'm gonna bring you right back up. Okay, all right. So I'm rotating the panel, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are enjoying the conversation, put a 1 in the chat, guys. This is Military Network, and we're talking about, this is the winning podcast where we talk about trending hot topics on Monday, okay, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am going to be going over the VA construction loan step by step on how to utilize it, and then I'm also going to show you guys how to structure your company, a small business, in order to get government contracts step by step and to get funding. Okay, so I'm going to go step by step. Make sure when you guys show up on Monday that you guys have a pen and ready to write and stuff like that, because I have a lot of information to cover. Okay, and then we're going to be talking about how to hack the VA loan, how you can leverage the VA loan to buy multifamily, and how to structure it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be talking about Monday. If you're interested in that, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, I want to see who's interested. The number is right there. If you want to register, text LEARN to that number above my head. Okay, and you guys can register for that. And then also, we'll send you the link to our Facebook group to where you could get into the Facebook group. We had 890 people at my VA Loan Masterclass yesterday. Okay, so we don't just talk about this. We also highlight small businesses, and even if you guys are active duty and you guys want to share something, we also talk about things that you can do and grants. I'm going to USC. I got approved for USC. I can show you all my acceptance letter. Last year, November, I got accepted for my doctorate degree. I will be going to school. I will be a Trojan, from an ASVAB waiver to a Trojan. You know what I'm saying? All right. So if you guys are interested in being a part of what we're doing, this space right here is never going to be about negativity. We're always going to have a balanced conversation. I feel like there's a big hole in the military community. Everybody's arguing about stuff and being negative. And this space right here is going to be an opportunity for people to network. Okay, root to the bros. Okay, I see Will just said something to me. But I definitely want to, if you're active duty and you want me to come out to your military installation, I have a government contract to teach VA loans on base. So I will fly out to you with my staff, and we will teach a VA loan masterclass around your military installation. So if you're interested in that, text the word LEARN. We'll come out and teach that. But if you guys want to be on the next live, or if you want to get into the Facebook group, where we're dropping grants, backpack drives, scholarships for military spouses, and then also I have 60 free tickets to 10X Ladies with Grant Cardone, a billionaire in Miami. That's going to be next month. If you guys want a ticket to that, a free ticket, they're $2,500 tickets I'm giving away. I bought them for military people so you guys could get that. So if you guys want to go to that, I'm giving those tickets away. If you're interested in coming out to Miami to 10X Ladies, it's an event for I've seen Serena Williams, I've seen Oprah Winfrey. I'll be there speaking to military people. So if you guys are interested in going to Miami to that 10X event, text LEARN to that number where you guys can meet me in Miami. It is free. I'm not paying for your tickets, okay? I'm not paying for your hotel room, so don't ask me. But I will pay for your ticket, the $2,500 ticket. I will pay for your admission to that event. So if you're interested in that, text LEARN to that number. It's in Miami, the second week of Miami. We're going to be there. And then she always has really cool ladies that's there. Again, I met Serena and Venus Williams. I met Kelly Rowland. I met Oprah Winfrey. So if you guys are interested in coming to that event, let me know. And you don't have to be a female, but it is a woman's event. So men, y'all might want to pull up and network with some women in business. Okay, all right. You know, get y'all game up. Okay, all right. So now, who has?
Hey, host, hold on, host. Before you the bros?
Yeah, I'm the bros.
JD Dewstall, Spring 11, Cobb Mute, home of the wood shop.
Rudy Roo, dog. Gamma Oceanside, Fall 13, Leatherneck Q's, bruh. Roo.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna holler at you definitely after this, bro. I didn't know that.
Bro, see, all right, see, and then and then I got Will that's in the listening lounge, man. I'm doing some big stuff, man. So I'm the real estate bro. I'm the biggest real estate bro that's in the frat right now. Okay, I have 216 employees. I hire military spouses and veterans. So if you're active duty and you want to get in the real estate thing that I'm doing, okay, hit me up. I go to military installations. I teach the VA loan. I'm certified to do that by DOD. And then also I own a real estate brokerage with 72 real estate professionals. And then I think we got 68 loan officers. Okay, so I do hire military people. All right, so if you're interested in that to see what we're doing, I will give you guys a link to the Facebook group so where you guys can network. And then I'm pimping this veteran benefit stuff, bro. Like I got 2 master's degree, and now I'm about to get my doctorate degree, and the military paid for all of it. So I'll show you guys how to navigate through that. So Tim, what's up, bro? You got something to add to the panel that you want to talk about?
No, I'm just on here listening, taking in all the information, taking my notes that I need. I just got back in, so I don't know what the topic of discussion was.
Okay, all right. So Tim, do you want to introduce yourself and what branch of service you represent, though?
I'm Tim, 21 years old, Army. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I can go into detail, but just hit me if you need me.
Okay, all right. So this young man right here has a lot of really good content in regard to making sure, talking about policies, and that's how I met him. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing, brother. I see you. Okay, and then this is what I'm going to tell everybody, guys. Listen to me. You served in the United States military. All of the people that are here, listen to what I'm saying. Take advantage of every single benefit that you have earned, guys. It's out there. You got so many. Did y'all know that American Express allows you guys to get certain perks for being a veteran? They pay for your parking passes, all type of other stuff. Did y'all know that the military will pretty much pay for your college education or grants? Did y'all know that there's a military spouse grant out there, okay, called My CAA? That's $6,000 for a woman to get a trade, a military spouse. Did y'all know that the VA loan will allow you to pay for your solar panels through the VA loan? Like, there's so many benefits out there, and this is the type of stuff that I like to have. So if you guys got nuggets that you want to drop in here, or if you know a policy change, we still want to talk about that type of stuff. But we're talking about baby hairs in the Navy. The Navy had an administrative document that said women are not allowed to have baby hairs. What do you think about that, Tim? And then we're gonna pass the mic around. Tim, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We got some other people that wants to come up. What do you think about that policy change? Where do you think that do you believe that it's targeting minority women, or do you think that it's fair that they're cracking down on the baby hairs?
As far as the Navy,
yep.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Man, I tell you what.
Go on and say it. Go on and say it,
Listen,
Tim.
man. And I tell you what, man. Listen, I've never known. This is just me personally. I've never known how a female, I guess, dresses up her baby hairs or try to set her edges to impede on her performance. All my Navy females, my Navy friends, they've never had an issue when it comes to performance, and I thought that was what the military always wanted. Just so you know, a performer. But if this is something they truly care about, then I say just prepare the best you can. Obliged by it. But if this is something you don't believe in, if you feel like in your heart that there's some kind of discrimination going on, whether it's to a certain racial group or to it's a certain minority group, then just prepare. That's why I always tell people, and I preach on just always having a backup plan. If you need to, but me personally, I just don't see that. I can understand the whole beard thing, but the baby thing, I think we just nitpicking now. I don't know how that came about to someone higher up seeing that, but like, you know what? This is not helping our mission in any way. This is we're failing the country with baby hair. So that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, then just say you don't like it. But I don't think you should just get rid of it or try to put restrictions on it. Because again, it's baby hair. You know, black women, I would say, they're big on protecting their hair. For a longest stimulated period of time in our country, black women have always tried to keep their hair sacred. And so if I feel like a black woman is trying to do something, or any woman that has facial, I don't know who have it, the genes or whatever, but if they're doing it to try to preserve their hair, because we know that hair is a big part of our confidence. If I feel like they're doing that, then, to try to keep themselves up and keep themselves looking professional in a professional manner, then I personally see no issue with that. But again, it just goes based on how other people can see certain things, or how it's structured. That's just me personally, but I have no issue with it. I think it's beautiful. I like it. I like the uniqueness. And I was talking with Camo yesterday. I was telling him that uniformity is important, but we're not like other nations where majority of the population is their original ethnic group, or however you want to say it, right? America has a bunch of people. It's a huge melting pot. It's the biggest diverse country in the world in history. So no matter how much you try to get people to look like each other, you're just going to have people to your left and right that are just going to be substantially different, and that's okay. As long as we get the mission done, as long as our agendas are being met and everybody's making it home safely, I don't see an issue. But again, some people hate change, and I understand it. It just takes time in removing that old school, because things can update, things can change. We're going to what is it now? We're going to electric cars now. Some people don't like it. Some people like it. It has its benefits. It has its impact. That's life. Get over it. We're moving on. We're moving forward. We have to evolve. We've been doing this for a millennia of years. And this is why we are the way we are now. We got AI, technology, all this crazy stuff. It's good and it's bad, but don't ever be afraid of that change. If you feel like it's an issue, then be able to add instead of trying to take away from it. That's what I'll say.
Outstanding. Okay, so what do you guys think? There's an open panel. Mamacita, and then I see, welcome to the panel, Miss Sweezy, okay? Let me get to Miss Sweezy first, and then Mamacita, I'm gonna come to you. Miss Sweezy, welcome to the panel. What branch of service do you represent? What do you think about the topic?
Hey, good morning, y'all. I'm an officer in the Army, and when we start talking about these regulations, I hate to use the word middle, but I kind of see both sides of this, right? In the military, minorities and women have made huge strides as we've gone through policy and regulation changes. We have come a long way. But to your point, Anthony, you put up that Air Force picture with that female in her bun and her hair. Mm-hmm. And we've gone through all these strides to overcome the differences between, ethnic groups and men and women. But there has, I've been serving for 10 years, and there has been a point where people do take advantage of the policy changes. I have had soldiers take advantage of those policy changes. But on the other hand, at least for the Army, I don't know much about the military, but on the Army side, we do have a process that allows us to evaluate every profile in the military, whether it's a psychological profile or it's a physical profile. So it's a company commander's responsibility to evaluate every shaving profile. I know we don't want to talk too much about shaving, but just using an example, we have policies and procedures that allow us to evaluate those profiles and assess if that soldier or service member needs that profile medically, if they need that profile. So on the other hand, although we've overcome a lot and there has been advantages that have been taken over, we have a process in place already for that. And I can see why people see it as targeting, because we already have that process in place. Why do we need to reinvent a process that is being seen as targeting?
Yeah, well, and then guys, this is the thing that I wanted to say, man. I appreciate you guys for pulling up. Okay, now check this out, and thank you for coming to the panel and giving your expertise, and thank you for your service. Where are you stationed at? What area are you stationed in, ma'am?
So I just came off active duty 2 years ago. I'm currently AGR in the National Guard. I'm in Arizona.
Arizona, okay, all right, outstanding. But ladies and gentlemen, guess what? It is military trivia time. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Okay, is there a minimum credit score for the VA loan? What do you think?
So some people say the minimum is 620, but I don't believe that's true, because I've seen somebody get one for lower.
There's not.
Okay. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think it is. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's not. Because remember, I told you guys, you know, when you guys are going to Federal Navy, an AAUS, I don't want to say their name, I don't want to get hacked. But as we're coming in here, I'm going to show you what it says in the VA handbook. Okay, look, I'm going to read it to you guys. Okay, and the reason why I'm reading this to you guys is because when you go into these banks and you're getting disqualified, this is, you know, banks cannot discriminate against you. In the area of credit, the lack of established credit history should not be a deterrent to the loan. As provided in the credit standard, a satisfactory let me tell you what it is. A satisfactory payment history on items such as rent, utilities, phone bill, etc. may be used for satisfactory credit. Okay, let me keep reading. All right. Consider all stated in the credit standards. No single factor is a determinant in any applicant's qualification on the VA guaranteed loan. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this stuff is because if we're going to talk, we're going to teach also. A veteran who has maintained an excellent credit history, here's the factors, remember this. Number 1, such as satisfactory payment or shelter of expenses compared to the proposed shelter expenses, may be approvable in spite of shortfall in the residual income. In such instances, it may be appropriate to consider the veteran has established a lifestyle which is substantially different from other average people. A veteran who with a good credit score record who meets the residential income guidelines, okay, can be approved for the VA home loan benefit. So that means that there's only 3 things when you guys go apply for your VA loan that you need to look for. Number 1 is debt to utilization. Please put this in the chat, guys, because as we're going through this panel, and if I have a group of military people, I'm going to use the panel also to teach. Okay. Number 1, no late payments in the last 12 months. But it is waivable with a letter of explanation. Okay. Number 2, okay. Number 2, a debt to utilization. Okay. So debt to utilization means if you got a credit card and your credit card's at a $10,000 max, if you use $5,000 on that credit card, your debt to utilization is 50%. Okay. So no late payments, debt to utilization. Okay. And your ability to apply. That's it. Those 3 things are the only 3 things that the VA looks for when applying for the VA loan. So when banks tell you 620, leave, okay? Because they cannot disqualify you for the VA loan because of your credit score. All right? That is not a bank that you want to work with, okay? All right, so now that's this is the type of stuff that I like to teach. And then, guys, as we go through the panel and we start opening this up, any questions about what I just taught? Any questions about the VA in regard to credit score? Because I'm going to cover in a couple of minutes, I'm also going to cover the joint loan and how to buy or build. And I'm going to read it out of the handbook so you guys can actually physically see it for yourself. Okay?
I got a question.
Yes.
A lot of people hear all the time about the VA loan. They come in and say, I'm going to use the VA loan and such of that nature. But what answer would you have to those that didn't know that sometimes you'll have I forgot the name of it. It's when the person you're trying to buy the home from, they may have, closing costs. A lot of people don't know closing costs.
Okay. I'm glad that you said that. Okay. I'm going to read this to you. And I want everybody, I'm glad that you asked that question, guys, because, guys, if you guys want to connect with me, the number is here so you guys can register for my next thing, because this is the type of stuff that we're talking about. Okay. All right. Let me pull this up for you, brother. Okay. There's a rule. It's called the concessions rule. Okay. And I'm going to read it out of the VA handbook. Okay. That way you can see what it says in regard to closing costs, because there is a fee. And what I did is I read this whole thing, okay? And the reason why I had to read it is because, you know, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't look for. Because do you think that Navy Federal is going to give you guys a lower interest rate? No. The higher your the reason why they want to give you a high interest rate is because they make more money off of you. I'm gonna show you guys how to figure that out. Do I have enough? Put a 2 in the chat if you guys want me to show you what the bank charges you, because I'll show you guys how to figure it out manually. That way you guys could use it. Okay. But I'm going to read this. All right. Here it is right here. Okay. And I'm going to read this to you in regard to closing costs. I got you, Tim. Hold on 1 second. Okay. The concession rules. This is basically something that you guys could use in order to basically utilize money from the seller to pay your closing costs. It's called a concession. It's basically an adjustment. Basically, you can get money from the seller to pay all of your closing costs. Okay. All right. And this is a VA pamphlet 26-7. If you guys want to look it up, that's where you find it. If you guys want that resource, because this will tell you exactly what it says in regard to concessions. And I have it. Hold on. Let me find it. So basically what closing costs is this fees, that you would pay for, it's basically fees that you would pay in order to buy the property. So the problem with that is that veterans don't have the money to pay that. So the seller can pay for those fees. It's called a concessions rule. So 4% of the actual loan amount can be paid towards your closing costs. 4%. So let me give you guys an example. Okay. I'm going to use my calculator real quick so you guys can see this. All right. So if you're buying a property at $500,000, okay, times 4%, that means the seller can give you $20,000 of credits. Everybody tracking with that? So 4% can be utilized, but I want y'all to put and in the chat. Put the word and in the chat. And the seller can give you an additional 2% to lower your interest rate. Now watch this. So that means they can give me another $10,000. So when you do concessions and people are doing this, and a lot of Navy Federal and USAA people don't know this, guys. So I'm telling you, I'm going to read it once I find it, guys. Okay, I'm going to reset the room here in a minute, but I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it to you so I can read it to you and read how the language says. A lot of people are leaving money on the table when they're buying their properties because they don't ask for you have to write it in a certain way. Here's the words that you're going to write when you write your offers. Are y'all ready? Put a 3 in the chat if you guys want to know the words or the terminology that you're going to use when you're buying this. Because if your real estate professional does not do this, you're going to leave money on the table. It has to be reoccurring and non-reoccurring closing cost. Reoccurring, non-reoccurring closing costs. Put that in the chat. And non-allowables. And concessions. Those 3 words have to be inside of the offer in order for you to get extra money. Let me give you guys an example. Did you guys know that the seller can pay off your credit card? So that means if you're buying a property and you wanted the seller to pay off your credit card, you have to have that word concessions in there. So if you have money left off over for closing costs and you had a star card that needed to be paid off, or a military star card or something like that, that seller can pay off that debt for you. But if you don't have that terminology in there, they're not going to be able to do it. So Tim, hopefully did I answer your question, brother? So closing costs and stuff like that can be paid by the seller, and those are fees that it costs to buy a property. The VA loan is 100% financing, but it is your responsibility as a buyer to pay closing costs. Now I'm gonna give y'all one more gem. Can I give y'all one more gem before we open up the panel again? Because I got a lot of people here. Here's another little chicken nugget that you guys could use. Okay. when you guys are negotiating on your property, I'm gonna give you guys an example. I want y'all to follow me with this, okay? I'm gonna show you guys the fundamental difference between an interest rate of 7% and just follow me with this, okay? Please follow step by step. I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to get a calculator because I'm gonna prove this to you guys that you need to watch out about the interest rate. The bank doesn't tell you this stuff because I'm gonna do it manually so you guys get an example of it, and then I'm gonna show it to you on a amortization schedule. The fund, how much money the bank is making off of you of interest rates. We're gonna use 7%. Okay, 7, then hit the percent sign, then hit equals. Okay, that's step number 1. Turning the interest rate into a decimal point. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys are tracking. Okay. Now everybody put D before M. This is very important. D before M in the chat. Every single person type this in the chat. D before M. Right now I'm showing you how to manually figure out how much money the bank is making and how much money you're paying down on the loan. D before M stands divide before multiply. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this by 12 months. Okay, because this shows you, okay, this number right here is the number that the secret number that the bank does not show you. Okay, put a 3 in the chat if you guys are tracking. Y'all with me? Divide by 12 months because it's 12 months in a year. Okay, and then now I'm going to multiply by the loan amount. Let's use 500,000 for an example. Okay. All right. Now that means that the bank, before I pay 1 red cent on the loan, the bank is making $2,916 off of me, borrowing $500,000. Is that a ripoff or what? Now, listen. Everybody put this number in the chat. I'm going to fact check this to see if my numbers are right. I'm going to fact check this to see if my numbers are right. Okay. Now, I want y'all to raise your hand. Let's do put 2916 in the chat right now. I'm going to fact check to see if my numbers are right. Okay, let's go to, okay, I'm going to fact check to see if my numbers are right. Okay, now anybody give me, let's see here. Okay, now here's a amortization schedule. We did 500,000, right? We did a 7% interest rate. Okay, we did, that's what we did, right? Okay, so now let's go down. Let me see if my numbers are accurate. Okay, so right now let's look at the summary. What does it say for interest payments? 2916. Ladies and gentlemen, I just showed y'all how to manually figure out the interest rate. Okay, now that basically means that, now watch this. This is going to be even sicker. Look how much money that you're paying off on the loan on the first month, and then look how much the bank is making. That means that you borrow $500,000 on an interest rate. Now, this is the reason why I like to talk about military stuff, guys. Look at this, guys. On a $500,000 loan, you're only paying $409 towards your loan, and the bank is charging you $2,916 freaking stanky, musty dollars to pay off. Bro, so look at this. So look, $409, the bank is making $2,900, guys. Everybody got that? Put a 2 in the chat if you guys see that. I want to make sure that you guys got this because I'm gonna show. Do y'all want another example or no? We can get back to the topic if y'all want another example. Okay, or we put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to get back to the baby hairs, and put a 2 in the chat if you guys want me to show you guys a secret on how to avoid paying that $2,900. Okay, all right. So now let's do a 6%. Okay, now I got a little bit of real estate trivia. Okay, all right, Will, come on up, bro. Will, come on up to the stage. And if you guys got questions about what I'm showing, y'all better be paying attention because I'm gonna show y'all how to save a lot of money. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 6%. So now let's see if you guys remember what I got to do. I'm going to use my calculator first. What's the first step that I got to do? What's the first step? Anybody?
Divide. The divide for multiply.
Okay, divide before multiply. See, I like that. See, military people. Okay, military people be remembering acronyms. Okay, what's the first thing that I got to do? I got to get 6, and then I got to do what? Hit the what?
Divide. Oh, percentage.
Percent sign to turn it into a decimal point. And for those of you who got the T-Mobile Sidekick, okay, all right, it's all good, all right? For those of you who got the T-Mobile Sidekick, just put a 0.06, just change it into, move the decimal point over 2 places to the left for you ASVAB waivers, okay, and then just turn the decimal point into, now this works with everything, guys. I'm gonna show y'all this because I'm gonna show you how to avoid paying interest, okay? Watch this. So now what do I have to do? I have to divide by what? Divide by what? 12 what? 12 months, right? Then I got to multiply by whatever I'm borrowing, which is, let's just use 500,000 for instructional purposes only. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys why interest rates matter. So 2,500. So I'm saving minus 2916.
46 should be 416.
Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that. That's $416 a month that I just saved y'all with this. Now watch this. Multiply that times 12, let's just say by 12 months. That's almost a $5,000 savings that I just showed y'all how to do this. So I'm going to tell y'all something. When you are negotiating, please, please, please remember this. If you are negotiating on properties, use the money towards interest rate over lowering your purchase price because you're going to save more money. Okay, so if you get credits from the seller, use the money towards lowering your interest rate. Okay, it's going to save you way more money than lowering. You only save. Now watch this. I'm going to show you guys with the amortization schedule. Okay, I'm going to show this to you real quick. Okay, so this is the type of stuff that I teach, guys. Okay, so look, let's just say, so remember this number. Write this number down right now. 3326. Everybody put this in the chat. Let's look at if we negotiated the price down $10,000, and I want to see the monthly payment difference. So this is principal and interest. Principal is a fancy word of just saying what you borrowed, and interest is the cost of borrowing the money. Now let's look at this real quick. Okay, so 3326 is what my principal and interest at 7%. Okay, I'm going to see what my principal and interest is if I lower my purchase. If I negotiated $10,000 down to $490,000, that's $10,000 off. I negotiated that down. Let's see what the monthly payment's going to be now. Okay. How much money do you think? Now I want y'all to guess. Okay. I want y'all to guess how much money you think I saved by lowering the purchase price 10 grand. What do y'all think? Put y'all's numbers in the chat. Take a good guess. $100, $150. What do y'all think? Okay. What do y'all think? I lowered the purchase price down $10,000. I kept the same interest rate. Let's see what it says. Okay. 32.59. So somebody tell me, what was that other number? Can y'all remember? What was the other number? Y'all write the other number down? Yeah, I told y'all to put it in the chat. What was the other number? 33.26, right? So 33.26 minus what is it? 32.59. I save a measly $67, guys. That's it. So a $10,000 price reduction on the property only saves me $67. That's it. Now we're going to use that same $10,000 to lower the interest rate, and I'm going to show you guys the fundamental difference. Watch this. I'm going to keep the property at $500,000. Okay. I'm going to lower my interest rate to 6.5. Okay, because it takes $10,000 to lower the interest rates down from a 7% to a 6.5. I want to see what my payment difference would be if I do that, with lowering the interest rate. Okay, so 3160. Everybody put 3160 in the chat. So 33. Let's see what my savings is real quick. Okay, so let me pull my calculator back up. So how much money do I save, guys? How much money do I save? Y'all ain't helping me out, man. When I start talking about money, man, y'all are like, okay, I don't want to kill the space. Open my calculator back up. So 3326 minus 3160. So $166 savings. Which one of y'all want to save? Which one makes a bigger impact? So I just showed y'all manually the interest rate is going to have more of an impact for you lowering your property. Okay, so now this is the type of stuff. Again, guys, put a 2 in the chat if that was good. A good explanation that you guys learned something. I just showed y'all how to manually do this. You can use that with credit cards and everything. Now I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. Who wants me to show you guys how to avoid paying interest on your car note, your credit card, and your house? Okay. Put a 3 in the chat if you guys want me to show that, or if y'all want me to get back to the conversation, I'll get back to the conversation. But I like dropping gems so I can show y'all. Okay. Everybody put IPP. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'll make y'all a deal. When y'all get me up to 175 shares, I'm going to show you how to avoid paying interest on your house and your car and your credit card. So right now we have 142 people. I want y'all to get the shares up. I'm going to set a goal of 175. Once I get the shares up to 175 people, then I will show you guys that. I ain't doing it for free, man. Y'all got me messed up, all right? So now, while we're doing that, who has questions about what I just showed them? Who has questions? Anybody have any questions about what I just showed? Okay. Miss Sweet, I see you still. Miss Sweezy, I see you hanging out. This is good information. You know, this is the type of stuff that I do for soldier sailors and to save them money. I teach stuff like this because people don't know how to do this type of stuff. And then if you guys get me, I'll tell you guys what, if y'all get me to 200 shares, who wants to see how I was able to build a $1 million backyard with the VA loan? Tax free. I'll show it to, I'll walk around and I'll show it to you guys. I'll walk around and actually physically show it to you, and I'll give you all the tax rule to where you guys can do that. Okay, how do you pay your loan off in 5 to 7 years? Okay, all right. Where can I go to read about concessions? I'll give you the concessions information. Hold on. I'll pull it up so you guys can screenshot it, okay? Anybody have any questions? I'm at 146, guys. Get the shares up. I'm at 147. Keep sharing, keep sharing. Now, let me answer these questions real quick, and then once I get to 200 shares, I'll get up off my my camera, and then I'll walk around, okay? Concessions, let's see here. VA concessions. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, let's see here. I have it here. I'm gonna pull up the concessions rule here. I think this is it right here. Okay, all right, I got it up, guys. Boom. Here it is. I just pulled it up. I'm gonna read it straight out of the handbook. Hold on, let me flip my camera. Y'all gonna be like, what? The VA loan can do that? Yes, it can. Okay, here is the concessions rule, okay? All right, take a screenshot of this, okay? All right, now, I'm gonna read it. This is in chapter 8 of the VA handbook, okay? Chapter 8. For the purposes of this topic, a seller concession is anything of value added to the transaction by the builder or seller, which the buyer pays nothing additional, and which the seller is not customarily expected to pay. Now watch this, it says it clearly. Seller concessions include, but not limited to, payment of buyer's VA funding fee, payment of buyer's property taxes, gifts such as television and microwave, payment of extra points to provide permanent interest rate buy down. So that means the seller can pay for you to get a lower interest rate. Provisions escrow, pay off credit card. Wait, right here, look at this. Pay off what? What does it say? Pay off what? Credit balances, judgments on behalf of the buyer. Bam! Seller concessions do not include payments of buyer's closing costs. So listen. So if the market dictates an interest rate of 7.2% with 2 discount points, the seller's payment of the 2 points would not be a seller concession. If the seller pays 5 points, 3 points of those would be considered a seller concession. So basically, listen, what that means is that 4% of the loan amount can be go towards you paying off your credit card and everything else. An additional 2 points can be utilized to pay off to pay off to lower your interest rate. So watch this. I'm gonna give y'all an example of this, and that way you guys could understand it. Okay. So let's just say that you're buying a $500,000 property times 4% of the loan. The seller can give you credits of $20,000 for your closing costs. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are tracking. Now, in addition to that, the VA allows you to go up to 2 additional points to lower your interest rate. So here, this is what I mean. A $500,000 times 2%. They can give you $10,000 of credits to lower your interest rate on the loan. Everybody got that? Okay. So this is the example. So when you guys go to Navy Federal and USAA, I'm going to tell you where to look at. The problem with Navy Federal and USAA, listen to this, guys. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. The VA, the Navy Federal, USAA, Pentagon Federal, it doesn't matter who you bank with, they do not tell you about this stuff because they make more money for giving you a higher interest rate. Let me show you guys. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys want to see it. I'm going to show it to you. Look. In 1 year, at a 6.5% interest rate, which is a par interest rate this year, okay? Watch this. You pay down $5,000 of the loan. How much does the bank make off of you paying the $5,000? Type it in the chat. I'm showing it to you. Look at this. In order for you to pay down $5,000 of your loan, the bank charges $32,000 to pay off $5,000. Do y'all think that's fair? So most of the money of your home payment is going towards your, who wants me to do a credit card or a car note? I'll do a credit card or a car note. Who wants me to show you a credit card or a car note? Okay, let me show y'all a credit card. Let's just say you got a $10,000 credit card. Okay. All right. You are at credit cards are usually at 27%. Okay. Now let's just say you had that credit card for 5 years. Let's see how much the credit card company is making and how much you're actually paying on the loan. So look at this. On a $10,000 credit card in 5 years, okay, they're going to charge you. Look at this. Check this out. Oh, did I put the, let me see here. 27 annual interest rate, 27%. Okay. 2137. No, that's 100,000. Look at my goofy ass. I think I put $100,000 in there. Hold on just a second. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so on a $10,000 credit card, okay, what they're charging in interest, okay, I'm gonna go down to the compound interest calculator so you guys can see this. When y'all see this, y'all be like, damn. Okay, so oh wait, I think I messed something up. I'm doing something wrong. 5 regular payments. Okay, let me see. 60 months. That's 5 years. There it is, right there. That's more accurate. Okay, so let me subtract this out. All right, here it is right here. Okay, so check this out. So you pay, okay, so you basically, so 60 months is 5 years, okay? Now, if you look at the credit card at a 27%, let me remove this balloon payment real quick. Let me remove the payment amount. Okay, this calculator is kind of wacky. I just pulled one up. Okay, so watch this. Look at this. This is a credit card, a $10,000 credit card. You pay $80 on what you borrowed, and then you pay the bank. The bank charges you $225. How is that fair? So the longer that you keep the credit card, look at this. This is a credit card. $80 goes towards what you borrowed, and $225 they charge you in interest every single month. So that means if you have that credit card, okay, and you're doing installment payments and you're making your basic payments, look at this. You pay down $1,000, okay? They make $2,500 off of that. Now, if you look at this, okay, and you look at the breakdown, okay, let me make it smaller so I don't have to move my screen around. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what I'm showing you guys, okay? So if you look at this, okay, In order to pay down a $10,000 credit card, they charge you $8,000 in interest, guys. $8,000 in interest. Look at that. So I just manually showed you guys how to do that. And once I get up to 175, I'm going to show you how to avoid paying this. There is a strategy, and I'll show it to you guys. Yeah, it almost doubled. Right? So when you use it, when you guys understand how to utilize this calculator, you're like, damn, now I see. You won't pay loans or anything that you borrow the same way again. Does anybody have a question about what I showed them today? I'm sorry for killing the space, but if you have questions or comments or ask any questions, above my head, I will give you guys above my head, you will be able to see Mamacita. Thank you for the love. Okay. If you have questions, anybody have any questions on the panel about what I'm showing them? Anybody have any questions? Don't be afraid to ask questions. All right, let's get back to, I guess we can get back to the baby hairs. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, you want me to do a car loan? Okay. A car loan. Let's do 30,000. Let's go 50,000. That's a brand new Honda Accord. Okay. Interest rate. Let's go. What's the interest rates right now, y'all? What are y'all seeing in car loan interest rates? 5%? Does that sound accurate? 6%? I don't know because I don't,
They're around by like, if you got like good credit, they're around like 8 to 14. Good credit.
Damn, 8% right now, really? Tim, they're at 8% right now?
Yeah, they're going up.
That's crazy. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna do this real quick. And I'm gonna show this to you guys at we do a 60-month loan, and the reason why they give you this 60-month loan is because the longer that you have the loan, the more interest that you pay. That's why they say, and you guys are just looking at the payment. So look at this right here, okay? So on a $50,000 loan, your regular payment would be $10,013, okay? They're charging you $333.33 in interest. So they add $10,000 to the loan before you pay it off, guys. 10 grand. Now, I need 15 more people to share the live, and then I'm gonna show you how to avoid paying the interest. I'm gonna prove to you and show you a way to avoid paying the interest. I'm gonna show it to you guys, and this will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay. Now, does anybody have any? Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you guys about the reason why we bring these panels together. Towards the end of my live, I'll always give information that's going to help veterans benefit from these things. If you guys learned something, I'm gonna give y'all 2 more nuggets, and then I'm gonna be done. Can I give y'all 2 more? Put a 3 in the chat if I can give y'all 2 more nuggets. I'm gonna give you 2 more nuggets, guys. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna give you guys another little nugget that you guys can utilize and take to the bank. Okay. Let me pull this up real quick so you guys can see it. All right. Now here's the trivia. How many doors can you buy with the VA home loan benefit? How many, like if you wanted to buy a multifamily, how many can you buy? Is it a 4-plex? Is it a 2-plex? Okay, who says 4? Okay. All right. Now remember, I always give information, okay, to where I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, some people say, all right, so here it is right here. I'm gonna read it to you guys, and then y'all gonna count for me, okay? Tim, since you've been participating, I want you to count for me, okay? If a property is to be owned by 2 or more veterans, how many? 2. It may consist of 4 family units. How many?
4.
Plus, does and mean, it says 4 family units and 1 business unit. Plus 1 additional unit for each veteran participating in ownership. So it says, thus 2 veterans may purchase or construct. What does that sound like? You can build residential property consisting up to how many units? What does it say? 6. 6 family units. The basic 4 units plus 1 additional unit and 1 business unit. So can you buy? So the answer is 5. Okay. So a VA, it says 6. Okay. So check this out. 2 veterans. That means that me and Tim decided to buy a property together, and it had 6 doors. It could be a 7-plex if me and him are living in the property. He can live in 1 door. I can live in 1 door. We can have 4 multifamily, four doors, cash flowing, and 1 business unit. Okay. Now, if it's 1 veteran participating, it could be a 4-plex and 1 business unit. Okay, so that means 5. So 5 and 7 is the answer. Okay, it's right here in the handbook. Right here. Now, watch this. I'm going to take it 1 step further. Consider the credit and combined income of assets of both parties. Strength of 1 veteran related to the income and assets may compensate for the weakness. However, credit of 1 cannot compensate for poor credit of the other one. So I like to get on here and read it, what it says, because listen, if both of our income can be used, but our credit, if he has poor credit, and I can't compensate for his poor credit. So the cool thing about this also is that the properties do not have to be occupied. So if you buy a 4-plex or anything else, you can buy a multifamily, live in 1 door, and then rent out the other doors. Okay, and then you do not. Everybody put "do not" in the chat. You do not have to have the income to qualify for that 4-plex. It says potential income. So that means that if you buy a 4-plex and then they're going to do fair market rent for those vacant doors, and then you could buy that property of the fair market rent for that multifamily. So I wanted to share that with you. That's my first little chicken nugget. And guys, I need 1 more share, and then I'm going to show you guys how to avoid paying interest. And that's going to be my second little chicken nugget. Does anybody have questions about what I just talked about? Okay. Now I started talking about this stuff. People were like, man, I came in here to crash out with people. All right. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to invite you guys up. Rough Edges, what's up, Square? I see you. Okay. Anybody want to come up to the panel and ask any questions? Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 1 more nugget since you guys got me. This is my last and final nugget I'm going to give to you guys. Now, how to avoid paying interest. I'm going to show you guys this 1 time and 1 time only, because I'm going to go ahead and get off. Okay. But I'm going to give y'all this little gem. Okay. All right. Let me pull up this little, I'm going to show it to you first. Okay. Now, IPP stands for interim principal payment. Everybody write that down. Interim principal payment. Interim principal payment. Do not put money down on your property. It is a waste. Let me show you why. Okay. All right. Let's just say I'm buying a property for $500,000. Let's go $450,000. That's more reasonable. That's the medium home price in America. $450,000. Okay. I did a 30-year fixed, 360 months. Okay. The interest rate's at 7%. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to calculate this. Let me manually show you guys how I did this first. Okay. So now here's my calculator. All right. Now 7% equals. Now what do I got to do next? I got to divide before I multiply. Divide by 12 months equals. Multiply that time 450,000. This is on anything. You can use any number in here. 450,000 is my purchase price. I'm showing basically calculating 2625. Everybody write that in the chat. I want to fact check to see if my number is right. Okay? Because if you don't know these tools, it's cool to use tools, but you got to know how to manually do this stuff so you understand it. Look, ma'am, I'm right. 2625. Right there. Interest only payment. So now let's scroll down a little bit more. So on that house, look how much I'm paying. Look at this. This is highway robbery, guys. Look, I'm only paying $368 on my loan, and then the bank is charging me $2,600. Now watch this. An interim principal payment means in between. Remember, put in between. Now watch this, guys. Look, if you see cumulative principal, that basically means how much did I pay off in a 12-month period? What's that number? I bought a house in January and December. That basically means that I paid down $4,571 of my loan. But how much did the bank charge me? $31,000. Isn't that crazy? Put a 1 in the chat if that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy, right? Now watch this. This is how interim principal payment works. Okay, now watch this. Watch this. This is easy. Look. First month I get the property. I close on the property. Before February's payment is due, I'm going to write a check for $371. What does that do? I automatically skip to March. So that basically means that I avoided the bank charging me the 22 because I'm doing an interim principal payment, baby. Man, it's just that easy, guys. I'm paying my principal, but I have to put IPP on the check. It has to say towards interim principal payment only. That bank has to process that check for that $371 for that second payment. You still got to pay February's payment, but basically you owe less. So that triggers the bank from you not having to pay that $2,600. Now watch this. Let's just say I decided that I got a principal gift. Everybody put that in the chat. Principal gift. I got a principal gift from the seller. The seller, I buy a property. I said, I want a $10,000 credit from you, but I want it as a principal gift. Watch how much money $10,000 saves me, guys. I'm going to show you guys this. Look, there's 10 grand right there. I put that check, goes towards my mortgage payment after, everybody put after. After I close on the house, I write a check for $10,000 to the principal, interim principal payment or principal gift. How much money does it save me? $67,000, y'all. That is how, now look how many months that skips on and speeding up. Let's see. That skips almost 24. That skips 1 year. A $10,000 check after you close, that skips 1 year of interest. So basically you're putting the money towards what you owe and you're speeding up your ability to pay off the property versus you doing it. And then look, let's just say I got my taxes and I got $20,000 and I write a check towards my house. I write a check for 20 grand. Let's see where that shows up at. Look at this. Look at this craziness. A $20,000 check saves me $123,000 on my mortgage. Bam, guys. You're welcome. You can use this towards anything, guys. You can use this towards credit cards. You can use this towards car payments. You can use it towards anything. It's called an interim principal payment. Basically what you're doing is that you're paying before the payment is due, and that money has to go directly towards what you borrowed, and they can't charge you interest on it. That's game right there. That's going to save y'all a lot of money. I don't know if y'all picked that up. I'm only going to do it once. Does anybody have any questions about what I just talked about? If y'all don't have any questions,
I got one. So when you're doing an IPP, right? When you're doing an IPP, is this something you send to the lender company or just like a note or something? Like a goodwill? Okay.
Yes, you put it on the ledger. And the reason why banks don't tell you about this is because they want to make the $123,000. Oh, what website am I on? It's just a interest calculator. Any interest calculator, mortgage interest calculator can be able to do this. But you don't need it. I showed y'all how to manually do it. Any interest calculator, if you look up interest calculator, I just showed you how to manually do it, and I gave y'all a tool to see. So when you guys are doing this and you're buying cars, credit cards, or anything else, if you write interim principal payment and you put that or you send in money and you call them and you say, for the record, the money that I just sent in has to be applied towards principal only. I'm still going to make my monthly payment. They cannot charge you interest. They cannot charge you interest. Okay. Now, Tim, you like that because you like information. I know you do.
I know you do. 4 acres in a mule.
Okay. All right. Truth, did you have a question? Welcome to the panel.
Hi, how y'all doing? Are you serious? So you mean tell me this is some good gem. So you mean tell me if I write a check and say I'm putting it towards IPP, that means it's taking off the principal?
That goes directly towards
instead of
that is correct.
The principal.
That is correct. If you own a property or if you own a car or anything that you finance and you write a check to the bank and you say, I want to put this money towards principal only. They cannot. It is illegal for them to charge you interest. They have to apply that. Now, your monthly reoccurring payments, because you're on an installment loan, yes, it has to go towards
I can
that.
still.
But
I still pay. Say that for instance. Let me slow you down a minute. Say that for instance, if I pay my regular payment, and I want to send, say like $5,000.
Okay, stop right there.
That
Stop
month.
right there. You want me to do it for you? I'm gonna do this for you, sister, because where are you from? You from the South?
Yes.
Where about?
My boy.
Where about? Say it ain't so. Where you from?
Say it is so. I'm from Miami.
Okay, all right. So I'll be in Miami. I'm gonna be in Miami. Are you a veteran or no?
Spouse of a veteran.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna do your house for you. Okay. All right, give me the loan amount.
$100,000.
Okay.
She sound like the woman that did my taxes on H&R Block.
Okay. All right. Okay. So look, so you paid $100,000 for your house. How long ago was that in Miami?
That's all I owe on it.
No. What was the loan amount for your house?
But that's all I own it right now.
No.
I mean,
what is your original loan amount? I have to put this in there, or the calculator won't work correctly. What did you buy it for?
400.
400,000. Okay, and I could tell you had this house for a long time, right? What's your current interest rate?
4.9.
That's a pretty good interest rate. Okay, all right. So now, and I would assume since you've had this house at least 20 years, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna calculate this. Okay, so now let's just say you go down to let's go to what is 20 divided by let's see, what's 12 times 20? Let's see, I need to see what month she's on in her house. Okay, so let's just say that let me give you, I'll just do it right now. Let's just say right now in the beginning, if you just got that property, you see how right now it shows that you're only paying $489 on your principal, and you're paying the bank's charging you $1,633 in interest. Let's just say that you wrote a check for $5,000 after you close on that house. You skip paying $17,000 to the bank.
Wow.
She's like, wow. Now watch this. Okay, so 12 months. Let's see how many months you're on times 20. Okay, so you are around around 240. So let's go down to where you're at. 240 months. Okay, so you're right around here. So you're starting to pay more interest in principal, okay, because you're already past the halfway mark. Okay, so let's just say let's just say that you owe 100. If you got $100,000, you've been doing something right. Okay, so let's see here. You are right around what did I say? 240 months. So right here, you're right here. You're around this. You're right at this price point right here. You've paid the bank $300,000 in interest already, and to pay down $198,000. So the bank is charging you almost double in interest with that interest rate. And when you see this, you're like, damn. Like, so right now, let's just say you wrote a check for $5,000 today at this price point. Okay. Let's see here. 820. 821 times let's see here, $5,000. So right now, let's see here. Let's go 820 times 5. Divided by 5,000. Let's see here. So right now, you see here, cumulative principal here. You would save right around $30,000 in interest if you did that today.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so guys, again, remember, if you look up these cumulative principal in the year, it tells you right here any interest calculator. Like, look, I'm gonna do it in the beginning months, so it's easier to see. Okay, I don't do a down payment and I decide to write a check towards $6,000 on my loan after I close. That means that the bank, I skip $19,466 in interest. That's why I'm telling you guys, don't put a down payment down. Write the check after you close. I take the interest rate that they want to give me. Let's just say I had 20 grand. Boom. My first month after I close, I write interim principal payment. I write a check for $12,000. I skip $38,000. I write a check for $20,000. I skip $60,000 in interest. See that? That's why I'm telling you guys. Listen, it's called an interim principal payment. Stop. Look, if you got extra money, put it towards the principal balance and you write interim principal payment on there. Okay, let's just say I decided to negotiate. I found an off-market property, and I said I want a principal gift instead of lowering the purchase price. Just give me $30,000 of concessions. I just saved $86,000 of interest payments. I just skipped that. So I just skipped. Let's see how many months I skipped. I skipped almost 4 years of interest payments by doing this principle. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my last little nugget. Does anybody have any questions about what? Now, again, guys, if you guys want a copy of this or how to do it, put a 1 in the chat. There's a number right here, so you guys can register and be on the live when I'm teaching this stuff. I'll give you guys the Facebook group, and I will download I'll put you guys in the Facebook group, and then you guys can download this calculator. I'll put it in there today. Okay, text LEARN to 760-573-2731, or if you go to my YouTube, if you go to my the link in my bio, TonyGlennII.com, I'll show you guys where to find this at. Okay, if you don't want to text, okay, I'll show you exactly where to find it. Hold on. Okay, if you go to TonyGlennII.com, if you go here, the Facebook group is right here on the second tab. Boom. Okay, and then you guys could get a copy of this replay. I'll post it in there so you guys could do it. Or text LEARN to 760-573-2731. This is the Facebook group. Okay, and here's the YouTube channel where I break this stuff down. Both of these things are right here on this YouTube channel. And I show you guys how to avoid paying interest. I got a lot of cool stuff in here. Okay, I got how to hire your kids. I got all types of stuff, lives on here. I got how to build business line of credit. I got how to underwrite properties. All of these lives on here, and I got some pretty cool interviews with some influential people. Okay, so if you guys want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's right there. Okay, and then right there is the replay to what I just taught today. So if you want to go there, episode 29. Everybody put 29 in the chat. 29. Episode 29 on my YouTube channel is where you guys could go back and take notes. I break this down and I show you guys examples. Okay, and that's where you find how to avoid paying interest on my YouTube channel. Okay. All right, now, any questions? Any questions?
Thanks a million.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Steve, you got a question? All right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoyed the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, thank you guys for joining the live today. I appreciate you guys for joining. We talked about some cool things. This is what you guys learned today. I taught about how to avoid paying interest. I talked about how to register for the next free VA loan masterclass. Guys, I go live every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday. Tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I will be going live talking about the VA construction loan and how it works. And I'm going to be talking about the VA multifamily. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you hit that follow button. If you guys want to register for the next VA loan masterclass, text LEARN to this number, 760-573-2731. I will be in Miami the second week of August. Actually, the third week of August. I'm giving away 50 free tickets to 10X Ladies with billionaire Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone. If you guys if you're a husband or a wife that want to go to that event, text LEARN, tell us you want a free ticket. I'm paying for you guys. So listen, if I pay for these tickets, you guys got to show up, okay? I'm going to be in Miami. I'm going to be at Miami the third week of August. If you guys want to come down there and network with multi-millionaires, okay? and you want to come out, I'm not paying for your hotel. I'm not paying for your airfare, but I will pay for your ticket, okay? I got 50 tickets that I bought already, and I'm going to give them away to military people so we can get military people to the event. It's called 10X Ladies. If you guys want to go to that, if you're a man or a female, you're a veteran and you want to go, Timothy, I got you. I saw that you text, brother. Thank you, Timothy Hayes. I can see you guys coming in, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.